Hi everyone, welcome to our Pendragon stream. Great Pendragon campaign. We're still in year 482. We'll get out of here today. Promise. Well, maybe not promise. I hope. I'll kick it down to Thomas.
Hello. Of all of the dimensions to be pushed inexorably through, I'm glad it's time. And yeah, 482, 480, 483. I love them all. I'm Thomas. I'll be playing Goratrix.
Mark.
Hello, I am Mark, and yeah, we're going to be going through time and doing shit. I play Sir Edward, the man who hates Saxons the most, and yeah, this time hopefully we'll do that again.
And Liam.
Hi everybody. I'm Liam. I'm playing Sir Dallin of Durnford, and I don't think Perrin today, but we'll see. I do those things, and I'm very excited. I'm currently being held hostage, but it's very polite. It's very polite hostage. So I'm excited to hit the new year and hopefully reunite with my friendos.
Excellent. All right, so let's dive right in, guys. And to answer your question, yes, you will be playing Perrin. Or, yeah, you will, in Scene 1. We're going to launch right in with it.
Hell yeah, Perrin time.
Parent time. All right. So this scene is titled "After the Raid." So it was a very long night. To much of the relief of Perrin, his sire Cadfrud survived the night and looks to be nearing stability. Um, it was a bit of a shock and surprise to everyone that he managed to pull through. I believe Gortrix is involved as well in the actual first aid itself. Is that correct?
Yes. It was thanks to Perrin's critical squiring that Goratrix was able to help save his life.
Yes.
You're so good. You're giving credit, unlike some knights when you kill passions and then they just ignore it. You're giving good credit to the people who helped. I like that.
Hey, Goratrix needs all the brownie points he can, considering what he did within your castle.
Oh, not my castle, buddy. I don't know what
That's
you're
true.
talking
That's
about.
true.
Yeah, yeah,
Hashtag not my castle.
Hashtag not my castle.
I feel like we did it.
But no, Perrin deserves it.
Yeah.
Caught him in the castle.
Right. So we're gonna start this scene in the courtyard of the castle you were in, which I should have the name for, and I totally do, readily available in my brain because I didn't
That
forget
you'll
it.
be saying within the next 3
Humble Creek,
Humble
Humble
Creek.
Creek
Humble
Manor.
Creek.
Yeah.
Like Humble Brag, but instead there's a creek.
Yep. So
It's just a little creek.
so this scene has Edward, Gortrix, and Perrin. Or sorry, yeah, Edward, Gortrix, and Perrin. Um, and a lone rider riding at a distance at a steady trot heading on the main road, heading for the entranceway to Humble Creek. There's no sign of any additional damage. Those raiders either fled or were murdered. There was no real, nothing really happened uh, between the point where he left off. Last left off. Wow, I think I'm overstreamed today. So nothing happened between the last time we left off and now. Pretty much a long night of waiting and hoping there weren't any more raids coming and no more raiders, making sure the defenses were looked after and secured. Also Gortrix managed to put on pants between last time and this time.
Goratrix has in fact put on armor. Once it was clear that the knight rather was going to pull through, Goratrix 100% put on armor. There were women around, and he was covered in blood, and yeah, he couldn't keep on wearing just a bedsheet.
Right. So we're gonna start this. The rider's still coming in. Maybe give you a few seconds to chat. You probably didn't get much time to conversate with everything that happened.
I'd say it was a lot more of we're under attack, and that was it.
Yeah.
though.
100%.
Edward probably just returns to the room with his sword covered in gore, just completely bloodied, with pieces of brain matter on it.
And sorry, just to clarify, we are in the next morning kind of thing in the
Oh, right.
courtyard. Yeah.
Oh, never mind then.
He hasn't cleaned it.
He's like, in that case, he'd be sitting down in the courtyard cleaning it.
Yeah, that's perfect.
All good. Yeah. Just flicking off bits of Saxon. Yeah.
It's fair.
That could have gone very, very badly.
Mm. Yes.
Perrin's hands are kind of shaking as he's sitting in the corner of the room, and he hasn't left his sire's side, but it's clear that he's not entirely present right now.
Hey, Perrin, look at me, lad.
Oh, hi. Sorry. What?
You did great. I need you to know that. Your cousin would be proud. And you know what? So's your sire. He's waking up, like, more and more.
I've never been so afraid in my life. I mean, my sire and I have seen combat, but that I've never had to.
It's always rough. Not the fighting. The fighting's great, but the part that comes along with it, the injury, the blood, the death. And some of it is just part of being a knight. You learned it here, and you'll learn it in greater detail elsewhere. But you comported yourself amazingly, especially for a squire.
Thank you, my lord. When it was going, all I could feel was the thumping in my ears, but now that it's gone, I can't stop shaking.
What you need is a lot of food.
Oh God, I think I might puke if I do, but I can't stop thinking about how nice that sounds regardless.
You should eat, even if you are feeling sick. You can't let yourself run around on an empty stomach.
Forgive me, I suppose I'm not really conducting myself in the manner of what I should, but thank you.
You're fine. You've seen me naked. When it comes to formalities, I'm sure we can skip past a couple of things.
Thank you. You've both been very kind to me. Especially you, Edward. And he kind of looks at Edward with a smile.
Edward kind of quirks an eye at that. Have I?
At this point, the man on horseback arrives in the courtyard, comes to a slow. All of you can see, and I'm not going to make you roll for this. You see that his heraldry is the heraldry of Humble Creek Manor, but he's a younger knight, very young knight, probably just recently knighted. But all of you get a recognized roll, and Perrin gets a recognized roll at +10.
Hell yeah, I know this guy, probably.
Now, how well do you recognize the help?
Hell yeah, that's
Yeah.
somehow still really low, but I got it.
And I got a success on 3, 2 of 3.
I don't recognize shit.
Oh, Mark, I should have clarified. You do not have to roll for this one.
Oh, never mind.
No, no, you have something. You have another reason why Edward notices this guy.
Papa.
Oh no.
No, nothing like that. So for Edward specifically, but also Goretrix past, so he would recognize. This is one of the this is one of the knights at the duel to first blood. The one where Edward was.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is one of them. And he's got a very pretty face and a pompous look. I'm getting a
Of
little bit
course,
of
Goretrix would remember.
getting a little bit of feedback through, just to let you guys know. Might come through this.
It's my bad. These earphones have seen better days. I'll mute myself most of the time.
No worries, no worries. Uh,
Oh man,
Edward
Gor-
just scowls.
Gortrix would have never recognized that man if it wasn't for that specific context and his burning hatred.
Straight up.
Mark, what is Edward's vengeful?
It's 16.
Oh, famous trait.
Yeah.
Okay, so not right now, but at
Mm-hmm.
some point, like I think Edward felt fairly ashamed by that whole event. Yes,
Yep.
this guy's in Edward's mind. This guy's a part of that shame. This guy
Okay.
needs to be
Good to know.
bested somehow by you.
Yep.
Petty,
All right.
absolutely. Like as petty as can be. He just made an enemy for life. One of those moments.
Yep.
Oh
Mm-hmm.
boy.
But for Perrin, you would recognize him as the heir to this castle, and his name's Every.
Every.
So he is the heir to the castle you've been staying at. He has been when you that would mean that like he's so young. When you guys first
Right.
met him, he was still a squire. He wasn't even a knight. He was probably just short of being knighted 2 years ago.
Interesting.
Yep.
Wet behind the ears and weak. We should have killed him then.
Now I can challenge him to a duel.
Dallin will kind of straighten himself up and and kind of make his way out. Goes, Sir Edry, it seems you've missed some things.
I heard there was trouble with raiders in the area. I
I
was notified. I rode as quickly as I could. Are my
situations.
sisters okay?
Yes, thanks to the valiant efforts of Sir Edward of Imiston and Sir Gortrix of House Winterbourne Stoke, and many others. My sire was gravely injured, but it looks like he might pull through.
Oh no. Sorry to hear that.
I
Petrod, you said he'll pull through? Are you certain? He looks a little bit alarmed by this, at least.
Yeah, 100%. Like, I know my stuff.
is that Gortrix in character? Gortrix here now.
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah,
Yeah,
we were
good.
all in the same court.
Yeah, we're all here.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. And Perrin nods and he goes, we're fairly certain. We acted quick, Sir Gortrix and I. He took a rather beastly wound to the throat, but we were able to stop the bleeding and seal it before it. Well, whether or not it'll have permanent effects is hard to say, but it's certain that he'll live, at least.
I'm glad to hear this. And he's being looked after. The three of you are here.
Indeed. The
He
situation has been more or less resolved now, though it was somewhat intense.
he looks to Edward and Gortrix and kind of screws up his face, like almost like do I recognize them? And then he just shakes his head. He doesn't seem to remember either of you, and
His
you both know
downfall.
Makes
this.
it worse.
Yeah. uh, he turns to Edward and Edward and Goratrix and says, "The two of you are not from here. I don't recognize the coat of arms. Might I ask where you're
Indeed.
from?"
Well, as Perrin said, I am Goratrix of Winterbourne Stoke. Not Goratrix of Idmiston. That was very nearly a flub. And we have come here accompanying the Lady Victoria.
We're from Salisbury.
He looks satisfied with the last piece. Salisbury, beautiful country. Been there a few times myself.
I know.
Yes.
He just looks at Goratrix a moment, raises an eyebrow, and then looks back to Perrin and says, "Well, boy, it seems that you are at a crossroads. You have no sire or yourself, and yet you're in those precious end years. Perhaps you should accompany these two, or, if you wish it, I can fill in as your sire until Cadfrod is returned to us in full health.
Oh, that's a generous choice for you to offer me. I think I would like to stay with these two knights if you're comfortable with that.
It makes good sense. There's little we can do by way of training you, unless you were to accompany me directly. And with father not returned, Cadford state he is, I'm gonna have my hands full.
Of
My
course.
sisters, they're doing well. They're inside. No trouble there.
Perrin will look at Gortrix.
Edward does the same.
Okay, hold on. I got to roll then. Give me a sec. All right, so we're gonna do the old 2d20 roll. The first roll is a skill.
He only rescued one of them. That's all. That's all that I mean to imply by that look.
Edward just leans back, putting his hands together. Yeah, Gortrex, how are they?
Look, one was saved by me, one was saved by you. That's all we need to look into.
All right.
All we need to know is it worked out. It's fine.
Yes.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
So he did succeed there.
Mm.
His eyes narrow a bit. I should see to them. Three of you, safe travels. And he looks back to
Of course.
Gortrix a few times.
Yeah, at this
Gortrix
point,
tilts
Edward-
his head, just at his eyes, dart from Edward, who's, looking unimpressed, and, Perrin looking mischievous, and, Gortrix, like a puppy told not to do something. He's sure he's done something wrong, but he's...
Yeah. I think
Perrin will speak up a little bit, and he'll just go, Sir Gortrix very valiantly, and Edward as well, rescued them from some trouble as well. So it is very, very much something that they're proud. They should be proud of, even if Gortrix is too modest to claim any ownership of that victory.
Well, it did come with embarrassing circumstances.
Oh, Perrin was trying to save me, buddy. I think you've just...
No, I'm talking about the fighting naked thing.
Yes, I know, buddy.
I think
Yeah,
at this
I know.
point, Edward's just gonna talk to the Lord. What's his face? It's just gonna say,
Every.
Yeah, Every, and say, do you often have issues with Saxons in this area?
Often no. But our positioning leaves us close to the Saxons of Malahut.
Then perhaps you should
No hut.
better secure. Then perhaps you should better secure your household, as well as your sisters. Good day, sir. That he's just gonna move over to his horse.
Oh, fucking got him. Jesus.
All right. Do you even want to make a courtesy roll with that, or are
No,
you just,
because it's a fuck you.
Yeah, okay.
It's not courteous.
Absolutely.
Ye old middle finger.
I will give Aaron an intrigue roll on this one, just to see his reaction and understand what it is.
That's my family business. It's my family business, as in both Dallin and Perrin are the only ones of their family that are good at it. What is that? Oh dear.
Humble.
Okay.
That's great.
You think he's going to either challenge? No. You think he's going to attack Edward immediately? Like, you get that sense. You're really worried about it.
Sir Edward, you were saying something about food. I'm starting to realize I'm far more peckish than I thought I was.
I have some rations on my horse. Come on.
Yes. Let's go there. I'll
Also,
catch
Edward fully turns his back to the Lord.
I'll I'll catch up with you later, Sir Every.
He says nothing, and then he turns and walks away.
I
What?
feel I missed some subtle social interplay. Gortrix says as he stands in the emptying courtyard and then just follows after his friends.
Do they have history or something? I was
Oh.
I was gonna say it's like static electricity, but I'm not sure I'd know what that is. I'm
No,
pretty certain I
electrical
won't know what it
theory.
is. Yeah.
Electrical theory is pretty late stage. But yes, actually, it was a few years back. He was a squire, accompanying Sir Jareth. And
Right.
there was a duel for Sir Edward's honor.
Oh well, there very
Edward
nearly was
unfortunately
again.
lost.
So that's
Yes.
fun.
The
Interesting.
point is,
Well,
he's bad people.
what did he do now though?
You know, you both don't have to talk behind my back.
We kind of do if your
Sorry.
back's facing us. I mean, it's kind of difficult not to actually.
Sighs, turns
You were
around,
striding very with purpose.
just turns around on his heel to face them. It was a question of my honor and my origin
I see.
as a bastard.
Oh. 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 And Sir Every insulted you?
Not him directly. One of the
Oh.
people he conducts himself with.
I see. Well, and correct me if I'm wrong on this, Bob, but I've known Sir Every to be fairly honorable as a knight and as a friend. I can't imagine that. Well, I'm sorry for any slight he might have owed you, but I don't necessarily think that. I don't necessarily think that he should be held responsible for the aggressions of another, right?
Edward just looks at him, and probably without realizing it, glares.
Yeah, and Edward's got in the back of his mind, he's got that big smug smile that Every had when Jareth drew first blood on
He
Edward.
remembers the events
Yeah.
differently.
Yeah. It's very you remember that moment, whether or not it actually happened at that level of extreme.
Hmm.
It might be a little pointed in Edward's memory, but that for sure happened.
Yeah.
Smiled. So, God forbid someone smile.
Yep.
No one is allowed.
All right, I think
Edward certainly doesn't.
that's a good kind of wrap on that scene. Now, I don't really want to. I think I want to go ahead and jump to the road ahead. But for Lady Violet, she just confirms like why Perrin's coming along, right? And with Perrin coming along, he asks that Perrin be named temporarily Gortrix's squire.
Never
Sure.
had a squire before, and yet the circumstances are exactly like I imagined getting a squire. There was a battle.
Yeah, I hear from somebody recently called me a very good squire. I can't seem to place who said specifically that I was an excellent squire. Oh, that was you, Goratrix. You said that.
I have memory problems too, but yes, I did.
It's gonna be like this the whole fucking trip, isn't it?
That's perfect. So we're gonna go ahead and talk about Castle Vigor because that's where you guys are going next. So we'll pull open the map and actually show people some of the travel stuff.
Travel stuff.
Woo!
Yeah.
Travel stuff.
So the road ahead.
If I had a squire
Right.
like you, I wouldn't have had to fight naked.
See, Goratrix is going from one castle Vigor to another.
He takes Castle Vigor with him.
All right. So we're gonna move these little icons on here for you. I don't know why Lady Violet's way over there. Oh, that's your group right here. These two should have been with it. So on to called Caracolin, I think.
Caracolin.
Yeah. And to Castle Vigor.
I mean, you gotta go look after it.
Damn it! I was gonna make the same joke, but I was still working out how it was gonna.
I know it's that thing. Like my child brain immediately went there as well. So, and it's actually probably care went, which we can probably double that into another joke. So at Castle Vigor, you riding in, you're welcomed, and you're welcomed by a couple of folks here. Gonna jump right into that. This is the betrothing party, as you recall, for your Count Roderick, and you're here to deal with that. Your hosts for the day is move to a feast, a one-round feast.
Oh yeah. I will admit I was much more comfortable when I was fighting Saxons.
That's fair.
Well, perhaps it would help you, Sir Gortrix, if you stripped naked.
No, that would make the situation worse, I've learned.
Ah, I see.
All right. So this will be interesting because it's Perrin, not Dallin, and so it's one card draws, and you're stuck on the floor automatically.
Yeah, baby.
Yep. On the
Squire
floor.
style.
Floor boy.
um,
You get to spend some time with Cadfile.
Cadfile and Rickard, yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm sure we'll
Yep.
get up.
Actually, Rickard's not here. Never mind.
No, Rickard's
is-
not here.
Yeah, did Rickard go home?
You don't know.
We don't know what happened to him.
Did you guys? Yeah, I can't imagine you guys had a conversation with him or wrote him a letter. So he just like, well, Dallin's gone. I guess.
Yeah, Dallin,
guess-
something's
I guess-
happening.
I guess
found a new
Dallin-
knight.
I guess Dallin ate Rickard. I don't know. Who knows?
By the way, this is Every right here. I forgot to show you guys that.
Oh, hey, buddy.
Oh, Every's here?
No, he's not. I just
No.
don't worry, he's not.
Oh, God, he's in the walls.
It's a knife. He's just
Just stabs Gortrix. Gortrix doesn't
Yeah.
notice.
yeah, just bounces off.
All
Alright, shall we roll appearance?
Yeah, why don't you roll appearance while I'm just pulling up the details on your host here for you.
Let's go.
Success, 10 of 12.
Failure.
Oh,
Perfect.
man.
Solid failure.
Yeah.
It's gonna
So-
be one of those feasts.
So failure is below the salt,
Yep.
and Gortrix, you're near the salt.
Yep.
So this is just a minor feast that they prepared. The lady is most certainly above the salt with the two of them. Lady Violet is.
Yep.
Your hosts themselves. I'll just pull up the names for you here. This is Baron Edrin and his sister, Lady Lila, which I couldn't say correctly last time because there were so many added L's in the name. But it
Yeah.
turns out it's just Lila. Not like
Lady
a-
Lila.
Hey there, Lady Lila.
why don't you give me an awareness roll, the three of you, before you roll, or intrigue.
I'm doing the one that's
Definitely
better.
doing the awareness. Yeah. Doing the one
Hell
I don't
yeah.
suck at.
Do awareness too.
Very success.
Yeah, so close to a fumble. Oh my god,
Oh,
19 of
yeah.
10.
It's okay. So
So in character.
Really is.
So Edward, for the awareness test, you're gonna notice it more, but you're not going to catch the subtle nuances of the actual like social situation. But you see Lady Lila, before before there's a formal invitation. She's in the courtyard as you ride in, and
Mhm.
she's got a real mean scowl on her face, and she's talking down, almost berating two handmaidens that are speaking to her. So for Perrin, who succeeded at the intrigue, her change here is very noticeable to you. It's what you get with this intrigue roll is the first part is very sincere, And the smile she puts on, and she turns to the three of you and greets you, and Lady Violet is the insincere part. She's still fuming underneath, and she, you just get a bad impression, Aaron. You feel like maybe she's like that in general. That's the vibe you get. Right. So, as you're kind of heading into the feast, Lady Violet turns to the three of you and says, "All right, don't do anything that will. Well, you're representing our count. Remember that. So don't do anything stupid."
She says that. Gortrix looks petrified.
Yeah. Edward just kind of still for a moment before he goes, "Just not going to say anything."
That said, and you are the knights here, and I will need your assistance in trying to judge Lady Lila's character. See if she's a good match. She comes with at least one manor. I'd like to know what that dowry truly looks like. And, well, looks like we're out of time, she says as you enter the feast room. In the banquet hall.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Gortrix gives one last shudder of horror before plastering on his knightly smile, which is a success on appearance.
All right.
Edward still scowls. So they set him below the salt.
That knight looks more pleasant.
All right. And then I just wanted to check something, but I'm pretty sure squires can't pick up cards. I think they can do the other things, but I think they can't pick up cards.
All good, buddy. I'm here for the ride.
All right, we're going to rule on that temporarily for now. You can still intrigue or game or, what was the other one? Flirt. Those things are still available. Yeah.
Well, not gonna flirt because I'm bad at that still. But I will say this: Perrin would check in with the both of you and ask if there's anything that you guys specifically want to accomplish at this dinner, and he will start working his nefarious ways to try to further your goals. After all,
I think
we're
we probably have like a.
we're working together this time, so
Yeah.
I imagine we have like a brief discussion together before we head in proper.
Yeah.
Brief huddle.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
we're here to determine if Lady Lila is a good match for the Count Roderick.
I see. All right.
How do we do that?
Well, I can ask the other squires and some of the servants. I can mingle with them a little bit easier.
That's
We should
good,
learn
yes.
more about their opinions of her and perhaps her other activities.
See,
How one treats their lessers is a good degree of what their character is like.
well,
Yes. Well,
are you guys considering at all the politics of the situation?
No.
maybe it's possible that's what the Count might desire.
Right.
Hmm.
Right. So here's something you should potentially look into. See how the financial system of the castle and the county in general is doing, and whether or not they'd benefit from an alliance, a strengthened alliance with Count Roderick. That's probably a good place for you to start.
How does Gortrix have that deer in headlights look the moment this starts?
Yes, that's what I've
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Just follow your heart. I'm sure you'll do fine.
The ghostly voice of his mother is like, ignore him.
Yeah. I think everyone's just gonna be like, "You're right. We shall do well. After all, we are knights." As soon as Perrin walks off, he's just gonna say to Gortrix, "What the fuck are we supposed to do?"
No idea. We have to ask about the financial system without appearing rude or improper.
It's about this time that Edward
Fuck do we
sees
do that?
that the courtroom's been placed and you're below the salt at this point, Edward. But somehow Gortrix.
I'm sorry.
I'll talk to you later.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll start at near the salt. We always start at the top.
God, I've got no idea what to do. When it comes, so I can intrigue. Intrigue seems to be the most like mission critical thing.
Yeah, it's. I mean that when I say that, fair enough. You're on an intrigue type mission. That being said, if Goretrix, if that's not your strong suit, the cards are available, and you've got one person in the party that can't draw cards, so and they're good at intrigue, so you could rely on your squire support.
Leave it to Beaver, and I am the Beaver.
Critical squire time.
Yeah, critical squire time. I may do that because Goretrix sucks. He's not terrible, mind you. He's 8, but he could be so much better.
I must say, you're way better than my 3.
His family has been pushing him forward. The ghostly voices of his parents, now joined by his father. Yeah, I'm going to try and draw a card. 2 in this case, I believe, right? Actually, I'm a bachelor knight, so does that mean 3?
No, it's by your glory.
No, yeah.
Gotcha, by glory.
You need 3,000 glory to draw 3 cards.
I think it might be 5,000.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Is it 5,000?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Where are... here's the
You see the cards?
Yeah.
Are you able to draw?
Draw 2. Yes. Okay, let me zoom in. And I'll read them out. 1, well-dressed. A lady passes and comments on my clothing. I roll fashion. Success, she notes your choice of courtly garb. Fashion, tick. Critical success, she spends a while talking about you with your attire. Fashion check, and you may choose flirting check instead. Fumble, her unkind comments make others laugh. -2 geniality. The second, a man for all seasons. You impress the other guests with your consummate knowledge. Keep this card. Whenever you roll a critical success or check skill or trait, place a knowledge counter on this card. When you depart the feast, take a +2 geniality for each knowledge counter on a man for all seasons. So
neither of these are good.
No,
consummate
this is
knowledge
a one-round feast, and yeah, consummate knowledge is not exactly Goretrix's thing. Neither is fashion, in which I have a 0. I have a 0 in fashion. So I'm gonna take man for all seasons simply because there's no chance of fumbling. This was altogether a bit of an unimpressive pick, but I think that's sometimes the way the cards go. I'm gonna take a man for all seasons, and Goretrix will, for the briefest of moments, appear erudite.
All right. So, what is the card trigger again? Anything right now, or?
I keep it, and whenever I roll a critical success or I check a skill or trait, I place a knowledge counter on it. When I depart the feast, I gain 2 geniality for each knowledge counter. Considering this is a 1-turn feast, that's not gonna happen.
That's fair. So it's kind of like a cancel out. Well, that's not fun. Give me a sec here.
Alright.
Because that effectively cancels out the whole thing for you. I think your original intention was to what, Goretrix? What was your original intention?
Well, my original intent, because it was the mission, was to basically intrigue to see, how well are things going around here? But he's not great at that. However, considering this is essentially a nothing thing, I'll be down to doing it even if it fails.
Well, okay, so I think in that case, we're going to get you to go ahead and make an intrigue roll. Or, if you just want to eavesdrop, an awareness roll. A failure looks like you're being rude, though, with your eavesdropping. It's very clear that you're... Yeah. With the intrigue, it's just standard. You'll have to find out what you find, kind of thing.
In that case, I'll do intrigue.
Okay.
We'll see how it goes, and I know I'm gonna fumble. Watch this. Oh, success. 2 of 8.
Okay. So I'm not gonna give you the intrigue check because you didn't do an intrigue action.
Yeah, exactly.
But I will give you you can mark a knowledge counter on this card for this turn. That makes sense.
Got you. Oh, thank you.
Yeah. So maybe I'll just real quickly, we'll put that on pause and I'll come back to you. I want to give Dallin the first intrigue, or not
Yeah.
Dallin, sorry, Perrin the first
Talon's
intrigue,
here.
right?
I object.
Down,
Oh
kicks
wait,
down the door.
are we not there yet? Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
So
I
we're
have
gonna
been
go to
walking for 3 months.
we'll go to Edward next.
All right. I think Edward's case, there's not really much I can have him do that he'll even stand a chance at. So I think he goes around attempting to do his job, but instead runs into trouble. And I'm going to draw 2 feast cards.
Perfect.
He's like, I'm really trying. Oh, look, there's a distraction. More food.
More food.
Ooh, they've brought
Oh.
chicken nuggies. Ooh.
Oh man.
Wait,
Literally-
here we go. Oh! I know exactly what I'm going to do.
Someone's excited.
Yeah.
Perfect.
This is what's gonna happen. I'll read them out for the sake of the audience. I got more food. Another platter of food is brought out. Temperate versus indulgence. I think we've already seen this one, so yeah. Basically, you know,
Gortrix got it
Fine.
once at least, for sure.
exactly.
Yeah.
If I get indulgence, bad shit happens. But it also doesn't matter because the failure condition is that you miss the next feast round, but
That's fair.
it'll be over. So I'm not going to do that one. Instead, I'm going to do a love poem. A knight is struggling to compose a love poem. You help him.
All right,
This is a
excellent.
composed role, which
Indeed.
Edward is good at. Oh, it's a 50.
Hey.
What? No way. Okay,
Yeah.
interesting. So
Still waters run deep.
I'm thinking this is one of the Lord's like cousins, right? That's here
Mhm.
because they have extended family here. I mean, this is another count sending in a formal entourage. So that's the feast even existing, right? It's like
Yeah.
the extended family came out for this one, as well as all the bachelor knights that they have, and they are a multi-mannered family. This is a baron that you're here with,
Mhm.
so.
All right. Edward is going to, in an attempt to ingratiate himself to his host and the people here, help one of the poor lovesick fools out by
Mhm.
discussing poetry and helping him compose something, showing Edward's deeper, kinder soul that lies within.
Okay,
Unless he fucks it up.
let's do the roll first. I think then it can add more value to it after roll.
Critical!
Oh
Hey!
man, so cool. All right, so you're gonna take
Hell
success.
That's good. That's good.
Okay. Ever you gain +5.
The one skill during the feast.
That's okay.
That doesn't help.
We're just like what we did for Thomas. So we're gonna
Yep.
give you another opportunity here.
All right.
Um,
One geniality.
Added.
you spend time helping him with his poem, and so this is one of the neighboring maidens who's not married, and he hopes to woo her, and he's a bit tipsy when he comes, when he runs into you, and he's like, if you are good with poetry at all, he's like, I've been meaning to impress her for some time.
Okay, so of course, I'll help you best I can. Why don't you tell me a little bit about her? He sits him down.
Yeah. So he goes off with traits about her, and he motions to her. She's across the room. The way
Yep.
he describes it, he is awful at describing. He's like, her hair is long,
Yep.
and
Mm.
and
her
just
eyes are in the regular place.
yeah,
Got
yeah.
2 arms.
And even like
Her
even though
eyes
he
are
just,
blue, but
Yeah.
kind of green.
yeah, and her bosom, he's like, just
Yeah.
not things you're gonna put in a love poem, right? And
Yeah.
he's not trying to be crude. He's just awful at it. So
Yeah.
So
think-
you
yeah.
managed to compose the poem for him, and he, you kind of recite it to him. He's like, "It's brilliant, brilliant." What was your name?
Sir Edward of Idmiston.
Sir Edward. I'll tell you what, Sir Edward. We should have a toast, and after, I should introduce you to anyone here. You're a foreign knight, yes? You're part of the.
Yes, indeed.
If you want to know, speak to anyone here, you just let me know.
I think that would be very helpful. Thank you very much.
We might play on that in a second because I'm going to see what Liam
Yep.
intended to do here, and this might be you opening a gate that Liam wouldn't otherwise have access to as parent. So
Very nice. Alrighty, cool. So, yeah, so Perrin's gonna kind of mingle with the staff. He's going to generally try to be as charming and polite as he can, but the main things that he wants to try to figure out are what's the general state of Lady Lila's court, and how have previous attempts at marriage gone? Those are the two big things that he's interested in finding out.
okay. And who are you aiming to approach with this? Because you are a squire, so are you talking to the other people
Mostly
on the floor?
Mostly staff. I want to speak for specifically people
Ah.
that work here and
Perfect.
are here often, but also aren't super notable. They kind of blend in, you know?
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Why don't you go ahead and give me your interview roll? See how.
All right. That is a 5 out of 15 success.
Perfect. All right. So for Perrin, you end up actually running into those handmaidens that you saw her berating earlier, and they look a little bit like concerned as you stop them. It does Perrin stop them, or would Perrin be more so aiming at the actual staff serving the wine and stuff?
He'll stop them. I think
Okay.
they're a great choice, and he'll kind of be like, "Goodness, I'm terribly sorry for to interrupt you. Are you all right?"
It's everything's okay. Yeah. I really. She's looking around, and you can see that she locks eyes, or not locks eyes. She locks eyes on Lady Lila, and sees that Lila's busy with her back turned doing something else, and then she takes a deep breath. How can I help you?
Oh, well, I couldn't help but notice the situation that you'd been put into, and I just think it's just dreadful. I wouldn't speak unkindly of our host, of course, but I also understand the amount of work that goes into serving, and, well, I'm sympathetic to the mistakes that we all make, sometimes being more harshly enforced by those in power. Are you alright? Can I help you with anything? I'm not particularly hungry, and no one's gonna notice me if I go missing for a little while.
You can tell that she was kind of lost in her head as you continued on with your courtesy and your words, and she says, "Oh, I'm sorry." She looks back to Lady Lila, and she says, "If there's things are great here. Yeah, Castle Vigor is wonderful, and Lady Lila is a very noble lady. Just wonderful. Her brother is very kind, very kind.
Of
The
course.
last part doesn't sound off. She's just moving past it. The brother,
Sure.
no issue with, but you can tell very clearly Lady Lila, not so much.
He goes, well, of course, we all say the things that we must, but I also know the benefit sometimes of venting a little bit. Maybe you could use some company while you do your next couple of tasks.
She'll nod. She'll be like, well, I should go attend to her briefly, and then I'll see you soon.
Certainly.
So you see her wander back that way.
Oh, what was your name?
Oh, God damn it! 1 second.
sorry,
no,
Bob.
No, it's good. Give me a second.
You always gotta ask the service people their names. It's always
You're gonna roll a number for me. This is gonna be funny. It's a really off number. You're gonna be rolling 1d. Load the whole table here.
I'm so ready, Bob. I'm so ready.
1d 284.
284, right on. 82.
Such an underused dice number.
I know. I lost mine. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to find it. I think my
Eight-
dog ate it or something.
Exactly. So 82. Her name is Darren.
Darren. Darren?
Yep.
Darren.
Like a Darren, but without the A. Yeah.
Yeah. Darren. The handmaiden?
Center Octadecagon.
Alrighty. And Dallin will continue to wait patiently, having made contact with someone close to her.
All right. And then, so we're going to roll back up to Gortrix at this point and see, now that we know what Perrin was planning to do, what is Gortrix's move here?
Gortrix is going to. This is taking place at Lady Lila's brother's manor, right?
Yes. Yep. His main manor.
His main manor.
Yeah.
And a manor is going with with Lady Lila.
You don't know what the what do you call that? The dowry is. Yeah.
Got
That was
you.
kind of what Lady Violet said. Is she's like, we need to find out. That was one of the mission statements she said. Now, whether Gortrix remembered that part, that's another question.
Gortrix may have memory problems, but he's also he's from a family of spy masters, so occasionally something might pop up. He goes, "Oh, yeah, I should get to know that." And being where he is, near the salt, I imagine he'd probably be around people to make like innocuous conversation, like, "Hey, I heard a rumor." And he just wants to know what exactly is up with Lady Lila's potential marriage.
Okay. So you'll be approaching who on this attempt?
Where are the names of these people?
Well, you only kind of have a couple right now. Just give me a general idea. Like, are you talking to people around the salt, or are you going to actually go?
Yeah, he's talking to people
Near the salt?
around near the salt. So,
Yeah.
like, knights who know this court well.
Okay, perfect. We'll just get you to roll intrigue, and then we'll dive into who you're talking to there.
Absolutely. All right, so I made a successful intrigue roll before. This will be less so. Okay, come on, Gartrix. Come on, Gartrix. Can I? No, I won't activate my passion. Oh, bare failure. So close to a critical. One off.
All right. What's a failure look like? Because it's not that bad, right? And
Yeah, I guess it's just I don't get information.
Yeah, so ultimately you find out that basically what you had already came here with, you talk to one of her cousins, and the cousin's like, I'm pretty sure there's 2 or 3, one manor. No, you know what? It's 4. It's 4 manors.
4 manners?
Yeah. Oh, they have a lot. Yeah, that part you get. They have a lot of manors. Yeah.
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 Well, fair enough. Well, thank you. That sounds good.
All right, and you're none the wiser, so you get a bit of disinformation, but not the end of the world, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Meanwhile, the ghost of his mother is going, no.
You ruined it.
So close. You should have invoked my power.
It's great because that lady's name is Adira, and the Baron's name is Adiran, so that's wonderful.
Yeah.
256 names, we got to get the one confusing one. So.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, so we're gonna go back to Mark real quick and check in. What would be your move here? Like probably meeting.
It would be meeting one of 2 people, either the Baron's steward, or whoever would be like the steward of his stuff, or the Baron himself.
Okay, you critical. We're gonna give you a moment with the Baron, and
All right, cool.
It's actually one of those scenarios where, so Edward's not aware of this at all, but Perrin keeps trying to get closer to Darren again, and she's kind of forgotten about him, And now that she's following Lady Lila around above the salt, it's kind of a screwy situation for Perrin, who can't get there. He can't get over to her to talk, and she's turned her back, so she's not even noticing him. Then Edward and this other knight walk right past, and end up talking to the Lord and Lady Lila at the same time. So it's the Lord and Lila. So Lila, the Lord says, you're one of the knights that came on behalf of Count Roderick, yes?
Indeed, yes. You have been a gracious host, my lord. Enjoyed this feast greatly.
Glad to hear that. I heard some rumors from Lady Violet that you faced trouble with the Saxons recently.
Yes, it was a raiding party that came through. It seemed the lord of the manor we were staying in wasn't quite fit in its fortifications.
He raises a brow. Sorry to hear that.
Hopefully they would. Yes.
You won't find that here. We are well looked after, well guarded, and surrounded by knights. Albeit, between you and me, some of them are well past being able to use a sword at this point.
Yes, well, that is how it is sometimes.
You said you're Edward, yes? Salisbury.
Yes.
How is it down there? Tell me a bit about it.
Yeah, it was quite nice. Not too much different from these lands. Large fields. No, it is barriered by a large forest, as it's quite unforgiving to those knights who are foolish enough to cross through it.
I see. Yeah, we've heard trouble of the forests of the land, and it seems to be a place that harbors the bandits and all sorts of trouble.
Yes.
I myself, though, I'm afraid that Saxons raiding here is not entirely uncommon. We are near the shore, after all, and with no hut above us and below us, we have Sussex. We are surrounded, albeit great league away.
Yes.
Your count, tell me about him. How is he? Would he be a good husband for my dear sister here?
He is a...
Go ahead.
He is a gracious lord. Noble, worldly, and, quite passionate in his duties. He is a loyal servant of the king, and... Or what? No, is it the Duke above him, or is he...
Is this Edward, or...
No, this is me. Edward would know.
Okay, yeah, okay.
I
Having
think,
trouble
I think
remembering.
the Count serves King Uther directly. I'm not sure who the...
I believe?
Yeah,
I
he
think
has his own independent county. It's possible that a count could serve a duke. That isn't really the structure here. But
in which case he would.
Go ahead and give me an intrigue roll here, good sir.
Oh God.
You know what? I'll give you critical on the last one. Add a +10 to this roll.
Woo! Don't know if it'll help me. Nope.
Okay.
That's a 16 on 13.
You know, Edward probably doesn't care whether or not that was well received or not, right? Like,
no.
but for Perrin, who's watching nearby, whatever Edward's just said seems to impress the Lord and seem to unimpress Lady Lila. She just looks super uninterested with the feedback about the Count.
This is going swimmingly.
That's not the romance, tales that a lady of the court would like to be swooned by, and she's very much that type. So Perrin, you managed to find Dira. While this is taking place, we're going to cut over to Perrin. You find Dira now because Lila is busy right now.
Perfect. And he comes up and goes, "Hi. It seems that we've got somewhat separated."
Oh, I'm sorry about that. She looks
No,
back to Lila again.
It's no trouble. I can tell you have a rather demanding lord and lady. Or just lady, as circumstances would seem to imply.
She frowns and looks down at that. Like there's a moment of, you very clearly called it kind of thing. So,
Relax.
Sorry to
you don't...
interrupt.
Oh.
It looks like we're getting a visual glitch from Mark's camera.
I see that.
It might just be me.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he's jumping all over the place.
Hmm.
Oh, goodness.
Is Mark still here?
I don't hear him, Mark.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
I muted myself.
Oh,
Give me a
you're
moment.
back.
Oh, man.
Oh, he's back.
Oh,
No.
yeah. His voice is back, but the
Is the camera
stream...
still fucked up?
Yeah, he's...
It's fine on the Discord.
Yeah, it's
But
fixed.
it was broken before. It's fine now. Sorry.
Okay.
Continue.
That was interesting. Yeah, it froze with Mark like contemplating, and it was like static. It was like shaking your camera.
Yeah. That was wild.
We went to Resident Evil mode for a sec. Yeah.
Yeah.
But Perrin goes, not to worry. I know that we don't necessarily know each other, but I'm just a squire myself. I understand the demands of this kind of life. I promise, if you say anything, you have my word, as a soon-to-be knight, that I won't repeat anything you've said.
She kind of has like a tear in her eye, and she kind of wipes it a bit. She's like shaking a bit, and she's like, "She's awful to us. Every day and night. None of us can do anything."
I'm so sorry to hear that. Demanding soul like that, it's torturous to be promised under.
She cuts you off and says, "It's not demanding. It's just cruel." Pause. You have identified that she has a high cruel.
Interesting. Very good. That is useful information to have. Okay. Well, Perrin will just kind of like, for what it's worth, I appreciate you being willing to say such a thing to me. I wish it was more appropriate for me to be able to bring you some food or something to drink, but I suppose the circumstances will have to withhold that for tonight.
So with that, she seems to take well to Perrin. Maybe even a bit of a bond there. So maybe record her name. We'll see what happens when we move in out of the prologue and Perrin's the main character.
Perrin has a friend.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Luckily, Liam has already made a note of it.
I did. I
Perfect.
was on top of it this time.
Just checking in. So we had who critical? We had Mark critical. Anyone else critical? Here. Thomas, did you critical?
No, I succeeded on the first intrigue almost, but failed on the second intrigue.
Okay, so for your card, Thomas, what did that say again? What was your bonus for whatever your success was? You did get that for one round.
Yes, it was my first intrigue. Whenever you roll a skill or you check a skill or a trait, place a knowledge counter on the card. I have a total of 1, which means when I depart, I gain +2 geniality.
So you get +2 geniality, and you got a geniality for being near the salt.
Yes. So at the moment, we're 0 for Perrin, 1 for Edward, 3 for Garatrix.
So Edward is actually moved up to above the salt for the we're not going to do a round, but for the remainder of the night, the Lord actually likes your company and he keeps you directly by his side. So you're going to get get +2 geniality for that as well.
Ooh. Yeah, let me put that down. Man, Edward's fortune is turning, and it's all because of all of the time that Edward's had a good time at feasts, it's involved poetry.
Yeah.
That's
So
funny.
coming up, Edward.
Yeah.
I think the last time was actually a death poem about Saxons too, so that's fun.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
It's about sex.
Yeah.
Isn't it wonderful when you gut them like the beasts they are?
We need these poems all written at some point. Keep a journal on the
Oh,
Obsidian
I'm on
portal
it, Chief.
page.
I'm on it, buddy.
All right. Anything else anyone need to do with this scene? Like we're done with the feast part of it. This is a good point to switch.
The only other thing Edward would be doing was also just kind of poking, not like obsessively, but the Baron of being like, so what kind of dowry would you offer to the Count? Like a genuine curiosity.
Roll a courtesy roll and don't botch it.
Okay. Well, I'm shit at it anyway, so I'm probably not going to succeed.
Not succeeding is fine. Oh, so
Okay.
friggin'
Okay.
close. So close.
That's
was really
the worst
close, yeah.
feeling.
Yeah. He does one of those things where he like opens his mouth like he's just about to tell you, and he's like, and someone calls him from nearby.
Yeah.
My lord, and he's like, sorry, I'll get back to you. One moment, Edward. One moment. And then by the time you come back, there's just never a convenient moment where there's not someone
it just
directly in earshot.
goes on, yeah.
Yeah. That was the moment you caught him like alone.
Yeah.
where Lady Lila wasn't there. And then from there, it's just everyone's always around.
Yeah.
But yeah, fair enough. That doesn't ruin the way he interacts with you or anything. If you
Okay.
fumbled,
Well, good.
it would have you would have lost your
You're like,
geniality.
I'm sorry. What the fuck? Get down there.
Yeah.
You have made an enemy for life.
Give
You
him the
eat with the
stick.
dogs.
Exactly.
They already don't like me.
All right, on to the next scene.
Okay.
We're going to Durnford, and we're gonna talk. We're gonna check in with Dallin. Durnford or Elizabeth.
Hey, what? No spoilers. No spoilers. Zach's in the chat.
I mean, it's probably gonna come up.
It
Yeah.
sure will.
Sorry, Zach.
If you want to not be spoiled, I would recommend muting for this next scene.
Bob, you'll just have to wave your hands around like a puppet, like a muppet,
Right.
when we're moving back.
Yeah, it's fair. That's very fair. All right. So we'll start with a real brief thing of is there anything special about what Dallin does when returning? Is there any difference between the way Dallin would normally show up in Durnford versus right now?
Well, I think there's definitely something that people who know Dallin well would recognize as different, but otherwise the way that Dallin carries himself is relatively still it's still knightly, it's still how Dallin would, but it's almost like there's a weight that's off of his shoulders. So again, like if you knew Perrin, or if you knew Dallin, you would know for sure, but otherwise...
Now that we've gotten used to finally saying Perrin, we can go back and confuse ourselves with Dallin.
Good night, Zach. Thank you for coming.
So at this point, Dallin, as Dallin reaches the courtyard, you can hear, "Now arriving, Sir Dallin of Durnford." And by the time you reach the courtyard, you see your mother hastily moving towards you.
Dallin, still probably sore in the arm, will, make the move to greet her and give her a hug. Lift her right off the ground.
Yeah, she is like almost in tears seeing you, and she throws her arms around you. This is one of those things to remember, I think. So she's the only one in on your secret, yes? In your family?
Of the family, I don't know. Would Perrin probably would have been out of the house by the time?
Yep, absolutely would have.
Yeah, I'd say that's correct.
it's almost like Perrin was a page and a squire. Other than checking in for like family time and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
you don't get a lot of time with your family outside of like maybe a winter court and things like that. So,
Exactly.
um,
Then yeah, that's the case.
okay, so at this point, she turns to her handmaidens and says, "Leave us." And it's just you and her alone. She says, "You came back. You have no idea how much you worried me."
Well, I didn't just worry you. I worried myself and likely many others.
Gortrix and Edward both returned without you, and they both were concerned. Remember, Dallin didn't know their fates. Last they knew, you were traveling with Edward and Gortrix, and then all of a sudden everything went
They could have been
crazy.
killed in the battle or something.
Yeah.
This is oh, that is a great relief to hear. Well, we got separated before the big fight, and I hadn't heard of their survival or not, so it's good to hear that they survived. Relatively healthy?
As far as I'm aware, she kind of like moves past it, almost like, yeah, enough about them, right? He says, "You're okay though. You're fine."
I'm changed, different, but yes, relatively healthy. I might have a scar or two, but no lasting damage.
Maybe you mentioned it, something about you. Suppose
Yes.
war does that. She looks around herself and says, "You really gave me worry, but I must ask, if if you survived, why did you not come home? And why would you go into Camelot Forest in the first place?"
Well, that's where things get a little complicated.
One sec, I'll cut you off. Um, Camelot Forest is on the other side of Sarum, do
Is
the
it?
complete opposite direction. It's basically like that would be southeast, and you were northwest of your home.
Huh. What? Interesting. Boy, did I overshoot the walk home or what? Okay. Um, yeah, Dallin will kind of cock their head and go, I was found where?
Well, there was news, yes, news that you had been seen riding in Camelot Forest near Hantone.
I see. Um, and based on Dallin's memory of the travel and everything, that's impossible, right?
100%.
What how long ago did you receive these reports?
Too recently, I'm afraid. Long enough for me to worry about your survival. When no news of a ransom had come, months had passed, you had me worried. But
Mother, we
then
have a
recently, there was news of some of the nobles to the south. They had been riding, and they had passed you. I asked them, I begged them to be certain. They swore. They saw our colors.
Oh my god. Mother, I have much to explain to you, but I never passed any nobles, and I was never that far east. So,
She kind of
if
goes white at that.
if some nobles saw Sir Dallin out there,
And I think that's a good point. Is that a good point to just like,
that's good for
yeah,
me. Yeah.
okay. On to the feast. On to the Christmas court.
Are we gonna see Dalen again? Gartrix has missed them so much.
We are, in fact. We're gonna start with.
Wait a minute.
Oh. Oh.
No, this is probably a good point because this is all happening by like early fall. Everyone's back. Maybe there's news of Dalen's return, but you're all dealing with everything else you dealt with.
Yeah.
So by time we get to this feast, so we'll pause real quick. I think Perrin can't be Gortrix's squire because if he is, like, it'll be really
But he's
difficult
here.
to do dual
Mhm.
PCs. I don't
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
want to do that, you know.
Yeah, don't worry. It's
We
it's
could
good on my end, and I've been 3 different player characters in one scene before. It's not good.
we
We
could
can.
we could have Perrin along for the ride, and all he would do is make squire rolls for for Gortrix, just like an NPC.
Mhm.
Sure. Alternatively, too, I'm also comfortable with it. It was a temporary situation for now, and it might change in the future or anything like that too. So whatever you find is most appropriate, Bob, I'm willing to accommodate.
Okay, maybe we'll talk about it
Likewise,
a little
I'm down
bit.
with anything.
We'll talk about it a little bit, like in between
Yeah.
games. But I think either they temporarily become an NPC that's just along for the ride, like Cadfile or Rickerkis right now, right? Or they or we have them move on to someone else because it was a temporarily named thing. But I do want to get Gortrix a squire by next episode. So
Mm.
It should. Yeah, we'll finally give Gortrix a squire. Right before we end the prologue.
yeah,
Yeah.
Mm.
I finally
Yep.
found one. I'm looking forward to a lot of adventures. Oh, by the way,
Yeah. A lot of adventures off screen.
Off
yes,
screen.
off-screen
And
adventures.
they lived happily ever after. Just kicking Sir Jared just for weeks on end.
over and over and over again.
Over and
like
over.
like in Mixed Messages, the song by Tom Cardy. And I punch his dick in every day.
Okay, so we're gonna cut over to the feast here, and I cut the music. I'll fix that in a second. There we go. We're gonna start this scene with Dallin, Edward, and Gortrix meeting again for the first time in a while.
Hell yeah.
Since
Hell
before
yeah.
it happened, and I think
hope
it'd be
you're ready for a
interesting.
bear hug.
I think it'd be interesting if it happens at in the moments leading up to the feast. Just everyone's too busy, even though you really want to see each other. It's not like your neighbors, right? So, all right. I'll let you guys set the scene on what this might look like. It could be in the courtyard, maybe, of the Sarum.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is happening in Sarum, right?
Yeah, we're gonna do this one in Sarum for sure.
Gotcha. So I imagine there are like horses sallying in, like harried squires and servants going hither and thither, just preparing everything for the feast, which is already at least a little bit underway. The guests of honor are in, and now the regular household knights and representatives of Salisbury are moving in. And yeah, Edward and Gartrix are probably coming in together at least, because we've come back from the place. And how do we spy Sir Dalen?
Wow, interesting. Hey Bob, can I prompt an awareness roll from everybody to see who spots who first?
Yeah, I think that's interesting. Let's do it.
Hell yeah. All right.
What's us all fumble? Just
Every
completely
single,
miss each other.
Yeah, we miss it, and it's by round 4 of the feast.
It's gonna be one of those.
Success.
It's gonna be one of those TV show moments
Yeah.
where we completely missed each other, and we both sit down, and we're sitting across from each other, and we just look at each other like, wait, wait,
What?
All right, and then, okay. So
Edward definitely knows his lost.
is this too bad? All three didn't do that, and then you could have done the Spider-Man point, but we can still do the
Exactly.
Spider-Man point.
That
with two
would have been
people.
hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So the 13 out of 15 is higher than yes.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's fair.
Cool. Then I'll say Dallin has been moving through the crowd and very much looking for 2 specific people. And by the time they finally, have spotted them, it's just before Goretrix sees them too, and they just start moving through the crowd right towards them.
Edward! And then, Goretrix just
What?
kicking his horse into a canter. Look!
Where are you going, you fool? Oh! So Dalen.
It's our friend!
As Dalen rides up, he goes, "Oh, I cannot believe the two of you survived without me."
We are glad to see you have survived as well.
Sorry, not Sir Edward. Sir Dalen, we were so worried.
Oh, I was worried myself. My friends, I have such an adventure to tell you, but now's not really the time or place. Much has happened. Much is potentially going to happen. How have you been? What have you been up to?
Things have been relatively good on my end, more or less. We searched for you for a while. We ended up getting shanghaied, on a mission to. Sorry, not shanghaied. We ended up getting drafted into drafted into a mission to help Count Roderick pick a wife, and I was unfamiliar with what needed to happen, but we went with a lovely person named Lady Violet, who I discovered my uncle wanted, the cowardly one, wanted me to marry her. But while doing so, Saxons attacked, and I was naked for the entire invasion. And I met your cousin. It was actually at where Sir Perrin was squiring, and he's my squire now, technically.
You saw Sir Perrin. That's wonderful.
Yes.
Unfortunately, he's not here. He fell off his horse and broke his leg. But
It happens to the best of us.
It's really
You'd
unfortunate.
be very proud of him, except for that one instance.
Except for that one incident. Well, it's so wonderful to see the both of you. Edward, how have you been? Has there been any word about your mother? I'm sorry. That's terribly not delightful to talk about.
No. It's all.
Well,
I haven't heard anything back yet.
I have found some new motivation in my life, and I promise you, I find it important that we start investing more resources into that, the three of us.
Yes. Sir Dalen, there is something of importance I should speak to you about, but perhaps it is best handled in private.
Right. Feast. Oh, I forgot about the feast. Damned feast.
Yes.
Right. Perhaps we can all meet up afterwards. I'm not sure how busy we'll be, but
I'm sure we'll have time to catch up.
And you must tell us where you have been.
Yes,
I'm not sure
Yes,
if either of you will believe me, but it's certainly a story.
We've stabbed elder gods. I stabbed elder gods. It's fine. Yeah.
Right.
You did not.
He did. He was fully prepared to. And then he ran away in Goretrix's mind. In Goretrix's mind, he brandished steel and has to run away.
But still, don't indulge yourself too much, because I might want to take you out drinking afterwards, if it can at all be arranged.
Of course. Sounds lovely.
All right. So I just want to check in before we start the feast. Actually, let's go ahead and get you all to make your appearance rolls. Let's see how this goes.
Let's go.
I'm due a fumble. I believe that this will be a bad one.
I succeeded somehow.
I failed.
Wow.
You were
How
so
the
close
turns
to
have
how the
tables.
turntables turn.
All right. So below the salt, we're gonna say that Goretrix and Dalen. We'll say you stop to exchange a few words. Like Goretrix goes into his story, and by the time he finishes his story, all the seats at Nina Salt are taken. And
that sounds very in character.
And Edward is just looking at you both with a smug look, like haha, kind of thing, as he gets the last seat.
He deserves it.
Yeah. No, I won't roleplay for you. Sorry, but it was amusing to me.
No, I think it'd be funny. I do it as a joke.
So your squires are present, as is pretty much everyone from the Salisbury typical line. I'm going to ask if any of you had anyone you wanted to invite to this one.
Oh.
Goretrix has no living family that isn't a squire or a coward. Oh, he has aunts, and he loves his aunts. And he loves his cousin, but he's busy, and also me.
Fair enough.
Sir Dallin would have, as soon as they were able, sent a letter to Rickert and let him know that they were indeed alive and that they were ransomed and that they will be attending this feast and that they are invited as Dallin's guest. Beyond that,
I should clarify with him. He has not returned. He's missing. There's no sign of a ransom or captivity. There's no sign of a death. And he's just missing.
I see.
That's
Okay.
mysterious.
Well, in that case, I know what I'm doing during this feast. Instead, Perrin has no friends that aren't here. So, wait. How acceptable would it be to invite? What was her name?
Oh, I know what you mean. The lady, the
Branwen?
recently widowed one.
Lady Gwen, was that right?
Oh,
Probably not super chill considering the
That
situation.
doesn't seem like a good idea.
yeah. It would not be probably wise, prudent with what just took place.
All right.
Yeah.
One last shot. The man from Cornwall that I like. What was his damn name?
Yeah. Robert.
Robert,
Again,
yes.
right?
How's Robert doing? I haven't seen him in a while.
Yeah, he'll be there. He's
You could also, like Bob said originally, invite the Lady Branwen, who you disastrously flirted with last time.
Oh, I could. Dallin's got some confidence now. Let's do. Can I only invite one person?
Yes.
Oh, it'll have to be Robert then. I don't think Dallin's ready.
Got some confidence, but not crazy amounts.
Yeah.
Like, knows their limits.
Robert with an H.
Yeah, confident about the secrets, not confident about the talking to pretty women. That still hasn't changed.
He
confident.
is
Not that confident.
He sits where you sit, so he'll end up below the salt.
Oh, perfect.
And anyone else want to invite a guest?
There's
no guarantee they'll come, but you can name a guest, and maybe they'll come. You don't know.
I invite the prince. No.
Prince Maddox's a friend, but
it's not
he's
off
got,
the table. It's not off the table, but it's unlikely.
Unlikely. Yeah.
If the both of us invite the prince, does it double our chances?
Yeah. Is this like a D20 roll? It's turned from a 1 to a 2?
Yep. That's exactly.
Want to go for it?
Let's go for it. Like,
go for it.
Yeah, exactly the same. Gortrix has no friends that aren't here except Bernie Pants' boy, Sibelius, and the prince. Yeah.
Okay. So
we invite the prince.
All right. So that makes sense. You both. So here's what you're going to be testing courtesy. However, because it's the prince, it's a -5 to your score. Minimum of. Sorry, like the minimum it can fall is 1. So probably unless you have a higher courtesy than
I don't.
Nope.
Yeah. So
it's gonna be
you're 1 in 20 chance for both of you. So I guess 2 in 1 in 20. You get my point.
Go. Yeah.
2
so
tries.
I have to hit a 1.
Yes.
I do not get it. 16 of 3. Oh,
almost. That could have been really bad.
Almost a fumble.
Neither of you. Neither of you fumble, but you do get. You get a formal reply. Both of you get a formal reply that he regretfully cannot attend. Clearly not written by Maddox with a flowery wording.
Answering machine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's still a formal he probably doesn't reply to everybody. So and our cameras are frozen.
Oh no.
Yeah, we're gonna cut to the feast anyways. That might fix it. Didn't.
I see that. Oh yeah, then again I am on a 20-second delay.
Yeah, I was about to say.
We fixed.
Excellent.
We fixed.
But yeah, I didn't expect to get the prince, but you gotta bring him into stuff, otherwise he'll get very sour. Yeah, exactly.
It's really fair.
Imagine if we succeeded though.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm here
Probably
to
is.
fuck.
That'd be some glory right there, just having.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We come in drinking buddies of the prince.
Now the prince
Mhm.
would, of course, have to be the guest of the count if that happens. So there would be
Yeah,
that part,
he'd be
Yes.
above the cult. Yeah.
just for
Or-
formality. But you'd
Yeah.
probably be mingling with you guys. So
That'd be really
Yeah.
funny. It's like if you were like at like a dinner party and then like the waiter invited the president of the United States to come and he showed up. Like
it's my
Yeah,
boy.
post I know Joe Biden. I went to college with him. Yeah,
You-
good friends to this day.
You didn't? Yeah.
why is everybody acting like this is such a big deal, man?
Yeah. I mean, I just cater here. But yeah, I figured he'd like it, right?
So just to remind you who's here, so Roderick's here. At the high table with him is Sir Mig and Sir Elad. And then some of the other knights, obviously Jareth is here. Sir Morgant of Baverstock's here. We have Einion, Stapleford Manor, and Brinley of Dinton are all present.
Goddamn Mr. Onion.
Don't like Onion, don't like Jareth. Let's get this done. We draw our blades. I
Okay.
don't actually do that.
Yeah, it's fair. All right, so there's in Salisbury there's a celebratory kind of pep to this feast. The count looks happy. Most of the knights look happy. Whatever happened in Summerland was deemed more or less a success.
Mm.
And with that, I think it's feast time. So we're going to start with Edward again, who's
I mean, as usual, bad shit happens to him, so I'm gonna draw a few cards.
Hell yeah.
How many rounds is this, by the way? What did we decide?
And before you do that, I'm going to check one piece here.
You're gonna check One Piece.
Yeah.
Are you looking for
Yep.
the pirate treasure?
I'm looking for Monkey D. Luffy.
Yeah.
You'll find him everywhere. He's got so many seasons.
So
Rubber.
there's a bit of talk. I'm just going to give you like a little bit of it. There's a bit of talk about what happened, whatever this excitedness is. It seems Salisbury gained something in this war directly. That seems to be
Okay.
what everything's going on.
Interesting.
Well, Amig and Roderick were already slated to get a bunch of land from the war, right?
So I can't remember who succeeded at the intrigue roll, but before you went, you found out they stayed behind so that they could scoop up additional areas that were contested between Summerland and Salisbury. So presumably that was successful.
Roderick's.
I don't remember. It wasn't Edward. I know that much.
It was either Gortrix or Dallin or both.
Damn. Yeah.
All right.
Probably wasn't Dallin because I don't think Dallin was around.
No, I think so. Because
This is
Yeah,
before
this was
the war.
before.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah,
before?
the battle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It was in the steps leading up to it.
Oh, then yeah, it's probably Dallin.
It's statistically it's more likely to be Dallin.
But we won't, we'll assume that
Yeah.
the three of you managed to share that on your way anyways.
Yeah.
Dallin shares most things with you guys,
Yeah.
especially after the accident.
We'll start with the Edward cards.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll. This
Alright,
is a round, a 3-round feast.
Okay. First card.
Ooh.
Second card. One is called Regale the Host. The other one's just called.
All right.
Let's see what they got. Oops, a serving girl drops a platter of food all over you. It's a dex roll. Succeed, you avoid the mess. Failure, you keep this card. While you do, you gain -3 geniality per round.
Oh
Each
Jesus!
Wow.
round to clean up, you can discard this. Yeah, get rid of
That's
this
a
card.
lot.
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah.
Regale the host. Asked to entertain the high table with a story, or you are asked to entertain. Roll or rate. Success, your tale is adequate. 1 geniality. Critical success, the host is rolled and asks you to tell the story again. keep this card. You may play it again next round. +5 on the great roll. If you gain this result again, you may discard the card. Your host seems unimpressed if you fail, and if you fumble, the host shows displeasure at your poor story. You may not play any host cards for the remainder of the feast.
I don't get the bit about the chicken.
Well, I think mostly because the oops one's just kind of all over bad if I fail. Though I have a high chance of succeeding on the oops and all rate. Yeah, my all rate's a 3, and my dex is a 12. But if I fail the dex one, it's way worse.
12 doesn't sound like a high chance.
The good news is you can miss a round to clean up, and then you don't have to keep taking the generality. But that's still a lot.
Yeah,
that's still -3.
It's still -3 off the bat.
Yeah, to me that I'll let you decide. But to me that is like I'd roll that if I had a 17 dex or something, maybe. Like,
yeah, I'm gonna take the host, because that one's gonna fuck me over the least.
All right.
Tell that story.
Now, I'll remind you, if you want to call on passions, you can.
Good. Oh my god, I
hate
have the
Saxons so much,
chance.
and let me tell you why.
If I do,
We were
it'll
on a
definitely
journey.
You know what? Fucking Edward is going to roll his passion.
Okay.
He can tell specifically about the battle that he just had against Saxons.
Exactly. He's going to tell the story about the battle with the Saxons.
I love this.
It has ups, it has downs, it's got blood, it's got guts.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm going to roll passion. A 17. Let's hope I don't fail, because if I do, probably going to be fucked. If I do, I'm not making the roll. Well, I am going to make it, but I'm going to fail, I should say. Alright, here we go. Succeed!
You got it.
All right.
I successfully rolled for racism.
Hell yes.
Got her.
I love that.
Great.
One day, someone's just going to hear that line and get really distraught by that, I think. Because they're not going to have the context from before.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, so I think this is with the rules we were working with. I think it's a +5, right?
Yep. It's 17. So yeah.
Right. So you can go ahead and make your orate roll with +5. Less chance of.
Oh, it's still a failure.
Still fail. Not a critical fail.
Yeah.
You really get into it. And it says the host specifically dislikes it, right? And what it says?
Well, it says
Host seems unimpressed.
Seems unimpressed.
Yeah.
It doesn't just. It's not displeasure, but it just doesn't seem impressed.
That's what I mean. I think the number of people that talk about Saxons rating and hating Saxons for the count is probably quite high. And so
he just turns his brain off.
So some of the other knights around him are like, yeah, they're happy with you.
Yeah.
They're quite pleased with the story. We're gonna say that Sir Lad is like, that's my boys. It is one of those things. But otherwise, yeah, you just find the count's eyes are sort of glazing over, and he's like, well done. Like once you're done talking, it's like, well done with the Saxons and
hating them.
Right.
Yeah.
I do hope the wounded knight is okay.
Oh, right. Yes, him too.
Does he mention that Goretrix was fighting naked?
Oh,
or is this pretty Edward-centric because it's about Edward's experience and how much he hated the Saxons?
I think it's Edward-centric, mostly because of the hatred of the Saxons. In fact, it's not even Edward-centric. It's death of Saxon-centric.
Yes.
So,
even before you get there, there's just there's 2 Saxons had already died and on the floor like the pigs they are, and then
yeah.
Do you have hate Saxons ticked?
No.
Go ahead and take it.
Woo!
You deserve it.
That was a dangerous test as far as like the outcome, you know. All right, so that is Edward's turn. On to Dallin.
You get 1 geniality.
Dallin's turn. Fuck the feast cards. Fuck the event. I'm gonna do an intrigue.
Hell yeah.
What's your target with the intrigue? What are you
Rickert.
looking?
I want to know if anyone's heard anything about Rickert or what Jareth's family is doing. I want to know what's up with that situation.
Okay, sounds good.
Nice and straightforward and simple. Bada bing, that's a 12 out of
Hell yeah.
15 success.
All right. So, who do you think Dallin could fight in for this? Probably not Jareth.
Oh God. Probably not Jareth.
You know that Jareth. So you have a high intrigue. You know from the forest march that the three. I imagine it's not Einian, but leaving it out there.
Mhm.
Those three all have spent time. So Einian, Brinley, and Morgant, the three that you rode with through the forest, dealing with Haster and the Yellow Sign. Those three all are they're located closer to Newton Manor.
They're in the same circle.
Yeah, social circle.
Okay. Which one did we like? We liked Brinley, right?
Yeah.
We like Brinley. Brinley didn't come with us, but he also isn't insane.
Well, yeah. Yeah. All right. Yeah, let's go with Brinley. I like that lad.
Sounds good. So you find it's a bit of a. Actually, it's just a squire, to be honest. Like, I'm not sure it would be hushed tones. It's like lots of people didn't return from Summerlin. In fact, Dallin didn't return from Summerlin. So maybe that's how it starts when Brinley's like, Dallin, you returned. I heard rumor that you hadn't.
Well, I hadn't for a while. The rumors were correct for some time. Some events waylaid me, and then I was ransomed back home. But I'm back, and far better for the experience, I fear.
Glad to hear that.
As am I. Though I was wondering if you could help me with something. I seem to have misplaced my squire as well, and I sent a letter to Sir Jareth's manor, but I never received word back. I know you're somewhat in that area. Have you heard anything?
Yes, it seems the family is rather distraught about his going missing. I had hoped that he was still with you, of course. Last I heard, they've received no news of ransom. So I think they fear the worst, unfortunately.
I have some difficulty believing that could be the case. Last I saw him was before the fighting started, and, well, while it's possible... Interesting. I'll be sure to keep that in mind. I hope that you're faring okay. Seems that everyone is in a pretty delightful mood.
Yes, of course. The Count, have you heard?
I've been somewhat absent from politics for the last
Right.
weeks.
That's very true. Well, allow me to bring you up to speed then. The Count says that Summerlin silver is flowing to the markets once more, and the western hundreds of Salisbury have been added to our lands. All thanks to the king, of course.
That is good news, and surprisingly quick, given recent events.
It's good that the king settled such things. And our Count, of course, stands to benefit. You can make a intrigue roll here.
I would like to do that. 11 out of 15.
Perfect. Something's not lining right up for you there.
Yeah.
Last you knew, the Count was staying behind from Summerlin specifically to target that expanded land, right, for himself. And you've only been back a short bit, but you're pretty sure that the king wouldn't have bothered to make that formal with King Cadwy, at least.
Yeah, and that's what I heard from the Summerlin people too, right?
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be lining up particularly well. Like the two got along, but there was no talk about. It was kind of a truce. Like there was no exchange of land. Only that and Cadwy kind of formally, but in a weird way, is now within owes his fealty to the king. But he retains the name king or the title king. In his own land, which Uther.
Right. All of that sat fishy to me, but I had other things on my mind at the time. So Brinley, I'm not getting the impression that he's being dishonest with me. He just doesn't have bits of the story that I do, right?
Correct.
Cool.
Yeah, in fact, he seems very sincere. Your intrigue will test that.
Dallin will kind of like cock their head at that and goes, "That's somewhat contradictory from what I've heard. Not at all accusing you of dishonesty, but I was in captivity of some very polite Summerlanders." what was the house that I was held by again?
That works, honestly.
Yeah, sure. Some Summerlanders. Last I heard, there was some kind of deal struck, but that Count Roderick was staying behind to mop up the lands as they held. It does seem strange if such a deal was struck under the circumstances. Forgive me, I suppose I'm rambling a bit.
No worry, boy. No worry, man. He pats you on the arm. He's slightly older, right? He's like late 30s, I confirmed for you.
Yeah.
So at this point, he turns and he says, "I should get back to things." You haven't scared him off at all. He's just kind of moving on from the awkward conversation. It tempts into the realm of disloyalty, right? Even though it's not. It's just like when
it's perceived that way sometimes. Yeah. Dallin will kind of smile and goes, "You should, if you get a chance. Sir Gortrix and Sir Edward are here as well. I'm sure they'd love to hear from you. Oh. I think you left a very strong impression on them last time we traveled together."
The three of you make a good trio. It's good to see the thrice of you together.
I agree. I have to say that while I was away, I was uncertain on whether or not they survived the conflict, so seeing them alive and well has brought a great burden away from my heart.
As many faced the illness that took place in Summerland, but most recovered, those who returned. We fear that some might be lost in the forest, but that is not common. Those forests are dark and confusing.
And fortunately, as I said, I feel I walked away somewhat stronger for the experience, if not slightly more scarred. I'll let you get back to it.
They don't call it the forest gloom for no reason.
Indeed, so it would seem.
And so with that, we will move on to Gortrix.
Alrighty. Buck me up. I'm here for feast stuff at the moment. So let me draw some cards.
Can I get one fuck me up?
Yeah. Oh. Okay, so we got manners. You unexpectedly pass wind while the host or an important guest is speaking. I roll courtesy. On a success, I excuse myself graciously. On a critical success, I'm adequately abashed, and my host finds it funny. Failure, people around me disapprove, and fumble, it wasn't just wind. I have to leave to change my clothes, and I miss the next round.
I can't believe that's a real card in the game. I had no idea. I even cut all these cards out and put them in there from the PDF.
Yeah, well, apparently it is. That's a good pick. I probably will be picking the other one, which is a test of strength. A knight boasts about his strength and challenges you to an arm wrestling match. It's an opposed strength, and yada yada yada. If I win, he yields to my strength, gaining 2 glory, plus 1 glory for each reroll. and or he wins, he moves on to challenge others, and I may give this card to another player. If I do, -1 geniality. That player must play this card next turn instead of drawing any cards. Okay.
This is going to be Robert of Gigant. That's who this.
Oh yeah, I'm down with this.
Yeah. He's a boisterous fellow, and he wouldn't mind doing some arm wrestling.
Hell yeah. Goratrix is down to clown.
I'm still stuck on that card. Okay.
Yeah.
It sounds like
I'll
something.
take that one instead and roll my courtesy at a 3.
It sounds like a fan made card for sure.
Yeah. And what happens if you fail? You shit yourself. You shit yourself, but you leave. No, I'm not doing that. Goratrix is at home with awkward situations. Not that weird.
Okay. Why don't you? You're doing a contested strength, right?
Yeah. I'll roll a strength. We'll see how it goes.
Go.
Oh, bad failure.
Oh,
Almost critical. I hate it when
wow.
that happens.
That was so close.
Yeah. So he has to fail more than me.
Yeah. And
He has to fail. If he fails in it.
he's a pretty big boy. We established that. I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna
Mhm.
roll a d6 and not hit the wrong button.
Yeah.
Um,
D6 plus 12.
and yeah, that's fair. D6 plus.
Well,
I'm gonna do D4 plus 12. I don't think he's rocking an 18. 13.
oh, well, clearly not.
He's old.
He's old.
But he still has a 13 of 20 chance to win.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
when
he
he
succeeds.
does.
Mm-hmm.
There's that moment where it just looks like Goratrix is absolutely got the upper hand,
Yeah,
and then all
just-
of a sudden your elbow slips out, and
Yeah.
he takes the advantage and just throws you over basically with it.
Oh, that was good. You almost had me. No, sorry, I almost had you there.
He seems really impressed with himself, but he's not like he boasts a bit. He's like, oh, he's like
Yeah.
he's like on to the next one, but he doesn't throw it into your face too much. It's very jovial. He's patting you on the shoulder, hugging you by the side,
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Yeah, Goratrix isn't upset that he lost. He knew that he could, but yeah, I will not be giving this card to another player
Could
because
you?
that will cut them out of fun. Oh, unless
Could you give
Hmm?
that to Edward? Because I want to do something fun.
if you want it, then yes, I will take a
Okay.
geniality hit, but I'm fine with that because it will
Oh,
give you
right.
cool stuff.
You don't have to do it then, because I can do this another way if you don't want to. It's
Right,
mostly because I had an idea for something, but I can do it another way. Don't worry.
Will it be cooler if I do give it to you?
It might be because it's me showing something off that I haven't been able to show. It just didn't come up.
I'll do it.
It's
I'll give it to you.
Edward's
I'll take the
distinctive
geniality
feature.
hit.
Okay, thank you.
Hey, if you manage to beat me, I bet you wouldn't be able to beat Sir Edward in an arm wrestling fight. The guy might be smaller than me. He's stocky.
He raises his eyebrow and he says, "Sounds like the name of a next challenger, then."
Exactly so. Right over there, just near the salt.
All right, so we'll start moving in that direction. Thomas, do you have generous ticked?
Yes, I do.
Remove the tick and up it by 1.
Oh, thank you. I am now at generous 15. And I shall take...
Ooh, pardon me.
I dig it.
All right.
But yeah, that is my turn.
We're gonna. Sorry, we did Sir Dallin, right? Yeah, that was the intrigue test.
Yeah.
So we're back at the top
Yeah,
with
I
Edward.
went first.
Now, Edward must
middle.
do this thing.
Yep, and he's going to.
You see Robert moving in your direction. You're familiar with him by sight, probably. You've seen him talking to Dallin before, for sure.
Yeah. Ah, Sir Robert. It's good to see you.
You must be Sir Edward.
Indeed, I am.
I've come here to challenge you. I've recently beat Bortux in a duel.
Right.
Not a duel, sorry. He's like a little hammered too.
Yeah.
I beat him in the arm wrestling, and
Right.
and he said I should face you.
All right. I'm up for that. With that, Edward's going to roll up his sleeves to reveal his bulging biceps.
Oh my
All
god,
right.
he's so cool.
Which is his distinctive feature.
I love that. That's what you were showing off. That's great.
Yep.
Uh,
Time for the gun show.
he looks caught off guard by it. So, all right.
I don't know if that does anything. It's just
It's good.
Not
Gortrix's feature is a nice
Yep.
smile.
yeah.
All right. Let's
All right, let's
see.
go.
Let's see if that.
Wait, do I still get +5 because of I'm impassioned? From my hatred
Same
of
thing.
Saxon.
Yeah, I'm gonna rule yes, even though you're not fighting Saxons. It kind of doesn't make sense. You're still impassioned by.
I think he's still kind of up by it, like just
yeah.
the.
You're
Yeah,
like,
I did kill those Saxons, didn't I?
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I'm now the threshold I'm rolling for is 20, so
Yeah.
All right. So you're
I'm
just trying to
hoping-
roll fairly high. 'cause
higher
you-
than him.
Yeah. And I'll throw.
Oh my god, he criticaled? Alright, let's
Oh
go.
man.
No.
Oh. God damn, he is on a roll.
He is on a
is
fucking roll.
Ass, throw him through a table. I want the table smashed.
Oh man, Jesus.
Motherfucker.
This is one of those things too, where I think with Edward goes to wrestle him, and you've got him down to like the very last point, the point where no one ever comes back, and then all of a
Yep.
sudden he just like locks his hand tighter, and he starts to grunt, and his face turns bright red, and you just get more tired and more tired, and you start to realize like that impassioned piece of the Saxon, like this isn't a Saxon, this is just some guy, and
I must have this moment of like, what the fuck am I doing? And then all of a sudden, wham!
yeah, it comes back around slowly, and then finally, like when he gets you back to about halfway, you're just exhausted, and he puts you over. And
And like in the background is like Gortrix watching, going, by the ancient spirit, I mean by God.
You're stronger than most give you credit for, Sir Knight. Oh, fuck.
I've learned a few tricks in my day.
I can see that. Yes.
I have to admit, I saw those arms, and I thought I was done.
Yes, I thought I stood a better chance. Thank you. You honor me with this challenge.
He pats
I'm
you
gonna
on the
sit
back as
down.
he walks by.
It's like
Edward's luck is
spinning his wrist.
returned.
This might have been bad
Some
for
brand.
us, but Sir Jagan is going to be like riding this ego trip for days.
Yeah. It's not even going to be who he beats. It's
mhm.
going to be the memory that he beat people, and he's going to.
Yeah.
All right. He won't remember who they are, and the story will get more outrageous every time he tells it. But we're gonna jump
It was a giant and a Saxon killing machine.
All right. So we're in round 2, and this is Dallin's go.
Dallins, go. All right. Well, while the boys are having fun, Dallin's going to continue the intrigue train. I want to find out more about the situation with, as stealthily as I can, with intrigue, if you will. I want to find out more about the situation with what exactly the king
Transpired?
is actually doing. Yeah, I want to know more about the Summerlin situation, because something about that has sat me uncomfy, and I am a suspicious person at heart. So,
Dalen is all business.
hey, I've got new motivation now. Now I want to do things.
Yeah.
Go ahead and give me an intrigue roll.
Alrighty. 14 out of
Oh.
15.
So close.
Almost a crit.
Though at this point, I
We've been
think
getting
we've
along,
played
guys.
through this season for so long, or this year for so long. Everything you guys are good at is probably already ticked. You know.
That is correct.
So at this point, you do find sorry, lad. He went. So, a lad is you get some time with the lad. The lad says, "Dallin, you've returned. I'd heard the news, but it's good to see you, my boy."
Aye, it's good to see you too. It was somewhat confusing of a journey for me, but I feel like I've emerged somewhat more myself than I was before, if that makes sense.
I suppose. I'm just glad you're here.
You speak to me with kindness. I appreciate it, my friend. There was something specific I wanted to speak to you, though. I'm happy to catch up, but I have some curiosities that I thought you might be able to help satiate for me.
Yes, of course. Name it.
I've heard somewhat conflicting reports with my time being held at ransom in Summerland, and upon returning, it seems that there are two different, or perhaps three different versions of the story of what exactly King Uther did and its effects. So, I suppose I was wondering if you'd heard anything that also struck you as strange. It might help me rebalance my thoughts.
He kind of looks around him, make sure the coast is clear, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of our king, you must be very careful. Sure you understand.
Of course. After all, we're simply two friends discussing our time away from each other, right?
Yes, indeed. Whatever transpired in that tent, Uther went in with one intention, returned with a very different outcome.
That is certainly strange. I haven't known King Uther to be someone who compromises easily.
Got that one right. Not heard the man to compromise ever. At least not such a situation. It was clearly our victory.
I imagine some might potentially assume some kind of interference might have been at play, but I take it that that is not the standing.
Those lands are dark, my boy. There's a strangeness to them, strange like that Merlin. Things that are hard to truly understand. Well, with the sickness and even their strategies against us to flood the lands and hold up in the mines would have been a long and drawn-out battle. They forced the parley, and in the parley it seems they got a rather great deal.
Don't I know it? Well, regardless, it seems that peace is a victory in its own way, and spirits are high, so if progress has been achieved one way or the other, far be it from me to overthink it, I suppose.
My sentiment exactly.
Suppose tonight is for drinking and being merry, and tomorrow is for worrying about the past and the future, yes?
Indeed. Oh, well, you're here. I just wanted to let you know, someone was asking around about you earlier at the feast. he kind of motions over, and you see Sir Dulois is present. By the way.
Oh, not surprising. Thank you very much. I should probably make the time to speak with him. Admittedly, I've been somewhat avoiding him, I think. This is the guy who's been asking after Elizabeth, yeah?
Yep,
Yeah, I thought so.
there is. Okay, and then we're gonna go to Gortrix.
Alrighty. Coming down from the unlikely, but fairly nice defeat, fairly amiable. I am once again gonna draw feast cards. I'm not too good with the gluttony, and there's no real reason to intrigue yet. Oh, I might need to speak to Count Roderick later about the wedding thing.
Also, if you want, you can ask Dallin to intrigue for you if you want a party. Dallin is happy to do that.
Oh yeah.
Downs off there doing our
Okay.
homework.
Yeah, just doing our homework for us.
Dallin likes it. Dallin is so much more comfortable doing this than having to like eat and drink with other people. This is their jam.
It's great. Okay, so a serving girl flirts. Young serving girl flirts with you. I roll flirting. When a success, I get 1 geniality and check my flirting. With a critical, I roll chaste versus lustful. If lustful wins, I leave the feast and roll on the childbirth table.
Oh,
If I
buddy.
fumble, I get a slap in the face.
What
Now,
is-
here's the thing. I've already messed around with that.
Yeah. So the other thing
Yeah.
to note on these cards, right, is if your lustful was I think 16 and above, you just automatically have to take it. Like
Fortunately, my
it's
lustful is only 13.
13, yeah, for sure.
Now, Thomas, while
Yeah.
I understand your need to be temperate here, I also would like to say that you're already in for a penny, and I think you should be in for a pounding. You know?
Yeah, in for a pounding, yeah. Go for it.
But I repeat myself. Okay, so I'll go for the second. A lady's favor.
Okay.
Lady needs a knight to challenge another knight to a contest of honor. Orate, singing, or play, my choice opposed with another knight. If I win, she compliments my skill. I get 2 geniality, tick the skill. If he wins, the lady appreciates my effort, but others are not so sure. And I get -1 geniality. If I tie, the ladies laugh and leave chatting with a +1 geniality. Now, so, here's the thing. My flirting is 10. My orate is 3. My singing is 2. And my play for the harp is 3. If I lose, I lose a geniality. And he rolls 2d6 plus 8 to... Yeah, and I've already lost 1. And he rolls 2d6 plus 8 to determine their thing. That's a minimum of 10, which means my odds are bad. I'm gonna go with the serving girl flirt. Jesus. Yeah, in for a penny.
We're establishing something about Gortrix here, potentially.
Yeah.
Maybe.
He is a pagan.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gortrix is a pagan. Lustful is a virtue for us.
Exactly.
Well, so is energetic, and I've got a 17 in energetic. Okay, so let me roll flirting. Let's see how it goes. Watch me get a fumble this time. Failure.
Oh,
12 of 10.
You're throwing strikes. This normally Gortrix has been the one with a lot of the
a lot of the good luck
rolls. Yeah.
In this case, the serving girl flirts, and like Gortrix is just just
so
eating a meal while it's happening.
Failure's nothing, right?
Yeah, failure's nothing.
Okay. So on the positive side, you get your geniality back.
I don't get my geniality back. I am below the salt.
Oh wow! You're
Yeah.
-1 geniality. Crazy.
Yeah.
It's a bad feast for Gortrix.
Bad feast. If Gortrix notices, yes, he'll definitely notice it's a bad feast for him.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my turn.
All right, perfect. So we'll say that Yeah, you were just stuffing your mouth. Is that what it was?
Yeah,
Description.
stuffing a mouth, and also like, should I be doing this? What's happening? By the laws of Christendom.
All right.
This bread's good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
On to
it is
round.
really good, and also so
On to round 3 for Edward.
like settle a bet. If you give a naked person a bed sheet, what does that mean?
What does that mean? Is that like some kind of signal? Like, what's the? I
Yeah,
don't know what the code of
or-
conduct is for that.
Or is
kind
it
of thing.
required?
Yeah.
Because I was dressed in Saxon blood at the time.
Yeah. All right. As we begin the third round, Edward's gonna fuck his shit up. Run from the feast deck.
Yeah. This hasn't worked out for me, but it's been doing okay.
Doing
For
alright.
you.
Okay. I think I got one I've already got before. No, wait. Let's see. Safekeeping. A knight asks you to keep a piece of jewelry for him safe. Trusting versus suspicious. Trusting, you do as he asks. Tick honest. Suspicious. Not convinced by the knight's good intentions. Courtesy and failure, lose 1 GDI.
What on earth prompts a knight to just be like, here, I need you
Hold
to
this
hold
for
on
me."
to this ring for me. For some reason, I can't
potentially-
have it right
You know,
now.
I'm gonna use for this one.
Well, we'll see.
So Jareth gives
Let's
you a ring,
see.
and you're like, "Oh, you're trying to set me up for a theft."
Okay, time to share. Suddenly your affairs seem inconsequential and you want your friends to enjoy themselves.
I've had
Why
that
would
card, and
I-
it's
why
good, but
should I
not
take
at the
that card?
last. Yeah,
No,
exactly.
that
Not at
doesn't
the
help
last
me.
round. Yeah.
Yeah. So in this case, I will take safekeeping.
Okay. All right. So let me just check something on your sheet. I forget.
Trusting versus suspicious, which is the same. It does have suspicious checked.
I will note a little different.
Mhm.
Oh. Because your boy Jareth is the one
Yup.
that asks you to hold for the safety.
Woo! All right.
All right, that ring is definitely signaling a sniper. Do not wear the ring.
Yeah,
Do not
so,
put the ring on.
cameras keep going. Not sure what's happening.
Oh no.
Okay, there we go.
He hands it to me, and the Lord comes over. You there! What are you doing with my ring?
Yeah, so Jareth, Jareth says, Edward, welcome back. I heard you were on a bit of a journey. Look, I hope that you were successful in, seeing to the Count's future bride.
Yes. Yes, I was.
Listen, I'll explain soon, but can I get you to hold on to this ring for me? I'll explain later.
Maybe. Let's see what he rolls. Alright. So rolling trusting.
Side note: I just love
Success.
that. Yes, I was.
And suspicious. How do I do the direct trait? Do I just add one, or do I roll the trait instead?
It's an 11 threshold basically.
Okay. I'll just roll suspicious to +1 mod.
Yeah.
Failure.
Ooh.
He succeeds on
Close.
trusting.
Close.
Yeah.
You're just like,
Interesting.
you don't want to trust them. You don't. That's what it comes down to. But at the same time, it's so ridiculous. It's like, what can this honestly do?
I think he's just going to look at him for a moment and go, very well. I shall look after it.
He nods and walks off. You see him actually like exit the feast.
So it's like a ring that he gave me?
Yeah.
Can Edward look over it to see if he recognizes it, if it has like an insignia or anything on it?
Yeah, give me a heraldry roll.
Ooh, this is his jam. Failure. Wait, technically, I'd have a +5 because I keep forgetting.
Wait.
That's right. Yes.
It's not critical. That's what I was trying
I
to
don't think
figure
it's a
out.
critical.
Yeah.
I think it's a success now.
Yeah, I'll give
17
it.
of
I'll give
18,
it to
yeah.
you now. I'll give it to you because I mean,
Thank you.
yeah,
Appreciate it.
no worries. You see the heraldic line. It is from another house. It is not from his own house. It's from another manor.
Hmm.
Yeah.
He's just gonna hold it in his hand and like hold on to it and tuck it away. Choosing to trust him. We'll see if that fucks him over.
If it does,
buddy.
he's just going to double down on the Jareth hatred.
Yeah, it's just gonna increase it.
You recognize it as Gortrix's neighbor. What was it? Lady Violet's house.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh.
Interesting. Fucking Shajareth's up to some shit.
All right. Isn't he always? So with that, we'll go to Dallin.
Dallin time. Did any of you guys throw anything to Dallin you guys like to have investigated?
Not at the moment. I don't think Gartrix has anything. However,
No.
Edward has a new thing, doesn't he?
That's true. Does Edward want to confide in Dallin on the situation?
You know what? Yes. I think there'd be a moment where he'd approach Stalin and go, Stalin, you're good at this court business, right?
What a strange thing to ask me as we're in a court. I have a certain way of words, yes. Well, what prompts you to ask?
This. As he kind of pulls out the ring.
Oh, you aren't proposing to me, are you?
No. Of course not. No. This is something Sir Jareth has given for me to hold.
Oh,
But it is more the insignia bears that attention. It is that
Oh.
of the House of Lady Violet.
oh.
Do you think we might be able to find out more information of Sir Jareth Violet's connection?
Sure, I'd be happy to. I would like to advise that if Jareth somehow got a hold of this by dubious means and points the finger at you, it's going to make you look awfully suspicious.
Give Dallin, give me an intrigue roll.
Uh, 5 out of 15.
The ring, Edward was very much looking at the heraldic line in the ring. But you
Mhm.
notice the ring is rather large for Jareth's fingers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so there's no way it's his.
Yeah.
And if it's large for his fingers, it's probably large for hers too.
Oh, certainly.
The Jareth has tiny hands.
Um,
Baby hands.
tell you what. Why don't you give it to me? If the finger is pointed at you, you won't have it, and you'll have someone to corroborate your story. I'll hold on to it and make sure. It might not help, but it might be something to throw a wrench into his plan. A wrench? I don't know what a wrench is. To throw something into his plan if he is trying to be dishonest here. And it will make him look like quite the fool if that's the case.
Edward takes him a while. He's kind of like playing, and as soon as Sir Dalen says that final bit, he goes, "You are very clever, Sir Dalen."
I do my best.
Just hands it over.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Good call. Was what's Dallin's action?
Oh, if that wasn't Dallin's action, then Dallin's gonna continue to look into the situation. Is Lady Violet here?
Yes. Yeah, she is.
Okay. Dallin's gonna eavesdrop and kind of chit chat with any knights that are part of her household, and not like insinuate anything about a ring or anything like that, but just kind of see if they can pick up on if she's missing a ring or what a ring. Just listening around for that specific subject or any information on Sir Jaredith as well. Connection.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm following you. I'm picking up. Give me
You
one
picking
second.
up what I'm putting down? I get you. All right. Here's my intrigue roll. Exactly the same. 5 out of 15.
All right.
Hell yeah.
So just taking a look real quick at Berwick St James. She has a bachelor knight known as Griffrey, Sir Griffrey. That's it. That's all she has for a house right now. Her house is on the fridge. She has no heir, and you learn that this is something that Dallin didn't know that Gortrix did. Her husband didn't return from Summerland.
Oh, pity. Oh wait, okay, Dallin has no connection or sympathy for that guy. Good, because that's good for Gortrix if he likes this lady.
Wow, harsh,
Hey,
cold.
man.
Very harsh. That's
not
harsh
care.
for Gartrix.
I do not care about 90% of these people. Whatever. Like,
Yeah, you overhear Griffrey talking, and he's not from the island. He's from the mainland, so he's dressed in a little bit more pomp, higher fashion than a lot of you.
He's French.
Indeed.
God, we gotta kill this guy.
And he says, the lady is distraught after passing. The shame. There's one who's brought her some comfort. Of course, everyone is courting her. She does not have an heir. There is no heir to the manor. Trying to
she's quite valuable on the market, I suppose.
Yeah. Now is this you talking or are you eavesdropping?
Oh, that's an excellent question. Am I involved in the conversation or am I eavesdropping?
It's up to you.
I would like to be involved in the conversation because I have a plan. I have a plan, Arthur.
Let's start. So let's start at the beginning. A very good place to start.
Sure.
All right. So you approach him after you kind of recognize the heraldic pattern, but you can literally just hold up the ring and look at it.
Yeah. Hello, Sir Knight. How goes the service this evening for you?
I'm well. And yourself?
Very fine, thank you. I've been away for some time, so it's nice to be in the company of warm smiles and warmer food.
And it's nice for me, I must say, to be in the company of another knight that shaves.
Yes, well, it's somewhat a bit of embarrassment on my part. I've never been able to grow a full beard, but I appreciate it.
You never have to admit such things. But I understand.
I've made my peace with it, I feel.
Fair enough.
But please, here, and Alan will like give him a little bit of extra drink or whatever, and be like, "Tell me, have you had such adventures lately? I understand that your household knight to Lady Violet, is that right?"
And the late lord, yes, indeed.
Oh, I hadn't heard of his passing.
Yes, he fell in Summerland. You haven't. I find that strange. Seems all the talk of county right now, but with no heir to the manor, it seems that. And there's almost an accusatory sort of smirk that's like every would-be suitor has come and made acquaintance with me, right?
I don't blame them. What fine company you make. And Dallin kind of laughs a little bit.
And he'll smile.
Oh, I imagine then you've been quite busy with warding off the flock.
I do my part. Not to say that the lady cannot handle herself. Lady Violet is one of keen tongue,
So should we all be so lucky to have someone at our side of such talents. Um, I wonder, has anyone been seemingly successful? It seems rather soon, but, well, that doesn't stop many people.
Successful. Well, she was away for quite the time. She seemed to have more than one pleasant conversation with Sir Jareth.
Hmm. Sir Jaredith, yes, I believe I've worked with him before in the past. He's a competent enough knight, though I have trouble remembering his face.
Very capable. On that note, while she was away, she spoke highly of Sir Gortrix and Sir Edward, but seemed to be more her confidence in, well, in their capability to protect her.
Well, unfortunately, my two companions, Sir Gortrix and Sir Edward, are uh, somewhat challenged in the department of charm, but they are wonderful souls and some of the kindest and bravest knights I've ever served with.
Indeed, they've gained a reputation for themselves here, as have you. Uh, well, what with,
Me?
yes, Passionate, I believe?
I'm, I'm happy to hear that that is circulating to some degree. I have to admit I had to fight a little bit for the truth to be known about who's slain passions. I don't consider myself a very boastful person, but
Oh, well,
it's
we should fix that. One good way to ensure we earn the glory where it is due, without boasting,
of
have none of
course
such.
a fine balance to walk. You know, the last time I was at a feast like this, there was some drama about someone unjustly taking something. I don't quite remember. Um, it's hard to remember exactly what happened, but I remember there was some trouble about it.
If we're going to play this game, perhaps you can help me a bit more. Explain to me why Edward would have my late lord's ring.
Edward? I don't think that could be true. Who told you such things?
Oh, I'm afraid already done this talk. I've tested it amongst many ears. Seems that many have heard tonight. It's one of the buzzing topics, alongside your sister's. Well, certainly does. She certainly does seem to have a very eager suitor on her hand.
Oh, don't tell me about it. I appreciate his eagerness, and he seems like a very kind man, but my sister has not been well for some time, and she has been unable to greet guests. I imagine that might change soon, but he has been rather understandably impatient. But besides that, I'm less worried about my own household's honor at the moment, and instead from my friends. What is it that you've heard? Sir Edward is no thief.
I wouldn't call another knight bad practice, but if we find it funny that he has not yet come forward with my late lord's ring, if he should possess it, that begs the question why? What took place in Summerlin? I
I
assumed
see.
the wound was from an enemy.
I see. And this ring hasn't been seen since, well, since the Lord fell?
No, it did not return with,
Oh,
and it is an heirloom, an important one. Mine.
well, if I might suggest, Sir Edward is a very honorable man. If you ask him to present himself to a search, even a rather modest one, without hostilities or anything of the such, I'm certain that you would not find anything on his person. He is a very decent and honorable man.
He raises a brow, nods. Very well. Let's not make this a needed scene.
Of course.
I'll speak to Sir Lad. He can do the examining.
Of course.
And we can do this outside of the joyous feast. We're here to praise, not to point fingers at one another.
I would be very happy to do so. And then Dallin will specifically try to stay away from Edward for the rest of the evening. Like, not go anywhere near him. And if can I do one more thing?
Yep. Maybe. I mean,
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what I have in mind, and then you could tell me yay or
For
nay.
sure.
So Sir Robert has been drinking a little bit this evening, yes?
Yeah.
I, if it is all possible, would like to subtly direct him to something strange I saw. Like, without specifically mentioning a ring or anything, I just want to say that I saw a weird glinting over where Jared sat. And I'd like to put the ring kind of out of sight on the floor near Jared's seating.
All right, and I'll get back to what that looks like.
Alrighty.
Just checking something here.
This could backfire so badly, but if it doesn't, I'm gonna feel so smart, you guys.
Yeah.
I am gonna.
Also,
I love
Megan
this.
in the Discord, just like asking Goratrix to kill him and like going, never mind, I'll do it myself.
Can you go ahead and tick for me? Just if you don't have it.
Oh, guys, I'm already famously just. I'm gonna be so fucking just, you guys.
If you don't, if you
Hell
have
yeah.
it, if you have it, let me know.
That's
'cause-
wonderful.
I don't have it ticked, but
Yeah,
I am
okay.
16 and just, so.
You don't go ahead and tick it, and then, but also
Cool.
tick deceitful.
It's fair.
You're doing it the right way.
All right. And then we'll cut over to Gortrix before the rest of this kind of executes, like plays out, because this is happening simultaneous.
Goratrix, unheeding of the social niceties, the serving lady has gone, look, I don't really know what like the whole murder does to like a flirting situation, and left him alone. I'm gonna draw another feast card because I've been having bad luck and I want to see if it gets worse.
Get up.
Okay. All right. Got two things. One, it seems you are blessed by higher powers. If I keep this, I may discard this card before making any roll or test during the feast. If I do not roll but succeed automatically. I cannot draw cards while I keep this one. If you still have the card at the end of the feast, gain 15 glory. It is the end of the feast, so we'll hold off on that. Wifely woes. Your wife, problem there. Feels tired and said it is time to depart. Merciful versus selfish. If merciful wins, I say my farewells. I get love, wife ticked. And if selfish wins, I stay, but my wife is unhappy. Oh, unmarried knights must discard and draw again. So I'm just going to do that real quick.
Yep.
King of the Bean.
Oh, I love this
King
one.
of the Bean!
This one's so good.
I am selected to be the lead character for this feast's disguising. King of the Bean, Cupid's Cherub, or the Great White Stag, etc. Gain 10 glory and 3 geniality. If I keep this card, for the rest of the feast, I must choose to draw cards in preference to any other activity. If you have any other keeper cards in play that prevent you from drawing cards, discard them. And while I have King of the Beans, I cannot play another keeper card. Mechanically, it's going to be better to do King of the Bean, and King of the Bean sounds much more fun than Holy Blessing.
Right. So what we gotta dress this up with some role play, some
All right.
descriptor. So what does this look like? Gives us some.
If I'm selected to be the lead character of the feat's disguising, I imagine someone will like go up to this guy and go, "Dude, we need you to play like a troll or a giant or something."
Yeah. I think it's gonna be Lady Violet. Does it?
Of course. So Gartrix is just happily like munching away and drinking, like
Yeah.
pacing himself, and he's just like looking around, seeing like Sir Dalen talking to Sir Griffith, and like Edward giving like suspicious glances to where Jareth left, and has gone, well, things seem normal.
She leans in, kind of close to you. It's, Sir Gortrix.
Lady Violet, good to see you again.
Likewise. Heard the dire news.
The dire news? No, what has happened?
The troll makes their way to this feast even now. He smiles, and like there's a you see like a servant behind her holding like the big like disproportionate, not too big for Gortrix, but small, like way too big for most average Turmeric men.
Gotcha.
And she winks. I'm not sure you're gonna get this. Like, I'm not sure that Gortrix would actually even understand what this is, or she has to be like how obtuse you are right now.
I haven't fought a Fae before, but I'm very happy to. So
she goes to like say something, and she's like, just give him the mask. Listen, we need you to put this on and play the role of a troll, okay?
Oh, absolutely. Yes, right.
She's
Sorry.
like,
Thank you. Yes, okay, I'll keep it down. Shall I like change in like a serving room and
Yeah.
like do I get a cue to come in?
Follow
Okay,
him.
cool. Yeah, thanks very much for the opportunity. But if there is an actual troll, I will fight it.
All right. So we're gonna do this kind of like little wrap up thing for the feast, where the music's going, and in comes the troll, you know, and there's celebratory cheering, you know, as the troll comes in, and there's a couple of knights on servants that are acting as horses on all four, and the knights are swatting their behinds as they roll in, and at that point, in the corner where Dalen's watching, you see Robert of Gigant pick up the ring, and he looks confused.
Liam has gone to get some water. He'll be back soon.
Okay, give him a second. I want to catch this because it's almost time. We got to wrap here. You know what? He'll catch this on stream, so it'll be uploaded. We can explain it to him. So while this is happening, this sort of like montage moment, there's the camera pans over to Robert of Gigant, who picks up the ring. He looks at it, funny. He does what Edward did. He finds the heraldic mark, kind of lines it up, and he looks around, and you see his eyes train on Lady Violet, and then he walks over to her and hands it to her, and she looks a little surprised, but she her eyes look for Jareth, and she doesn't find him. She looks over to Edward and sees that Edward is off having a good time with the whole Goratrix is a troll moment, probably, and is probably mildly amused by that.
Yeah. Just goes full smirk.
Yeah.
That's all I get.
And we'll wrap there. I think that is the closure for 482. So we begin with the.
Hey.
Hooray.
Hello, I'm back. Did it work?
It did. It did.
Yep.
At least it seems to have.
Yeah.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
And
Goratrix dressed up as a troll. He thought he was going to fight one, so he's slightly disappointed, but otherwise very pleased.
Yeah.
All right. So
Lady Violet came up and went, "A troll comes even now. Beware!" And he was like, "I'm ready."
Excuse me. Sorry, my dog is barking at me now.
No worries. It is
exciting. Very happy to hear that.
Yeah. We're gonna go ahead and wrap there. So this has been 482. We'll see you in 483 for the Great Pendragon campaign. Not sure what we're gonna do yet for the winter phase.
There is one scene that I want to get done before we do the winter phase with Edward and Sir Dalen.
That's right. We need to talk.
Yeah.
You know what? If the two of you would like to do a scene here, we absolutely can. I might take a quick water break, but I'm not sure if it's too late for Liam.
I'm good. I don't start until like noon 30 tomorrow, so
Oh,
I could go as late as 3. I mean, hopefully we won't, but like I'm good for a
Yeah.
while.
I cannot, but I'm good for. Well, you know what? We can do the winter phase maybe as part of
Yeah.
it.
Sorry, I
Um,
got very excited. I like
but
the
I
winter
should check.
phase.
yeah.
I should check with Mark and Thomas. You guys are
I'm
good with.
good for it.
I'm down with it.
Yeah. Let's give like a 2-minute break here. I'm gonna go
Yeah.
ahead and fill up a water bottle. And
Oh, I took my
Sure.
water break at the wrong
I'll
time.
do the same.
I'm gonna talk quieter for the rest of it because it is getting late. So
Sure thing.
yeah,
Yeah,
Should we do
yeah.
our scene while you're doing your break?
absolutely can. Yep.
Okay,
I'll be back soon.
we'll do that then.
Cha-da-da-ba-da-ba-da.
Alright.
All right. So, real quick, what happened before we do the scene?
Oh, like just now?
No, with the ring thing. I was getting water.
So Robert basically was wandering around after like, oh, there's a shiny thing. Picks it up over near Shujarth's table, and Lady Violet basically saw this, noticed noticed Shujarth was missing, and then looked to see Edward was still here, somewhere else doing something.
Hell yeah! All right, good times. Okay, yeah. So after feast times,
Alright.
you find Sir Dallin. Sir Dallin's kind of getting their horse ready. It seems like they might have forgotten that you wanted to speak to them about something important.
Yep. In that case, you'd probably see Sir Edward walking up as you're moving over to your horse, saying, "Sir Dalen, might we have a moment?"
Oh, Edward, I'm sorry. I completely forgot. Yes, of course. I actually have something that I'd like to speak to you about as well.
Oh, good. Yes, well,
There's a courtyard right over there that seems to be rather empty. That's probably the best place to speak more privately.
yes, that works well.
And Dallin, I imagine, just silent walk to the courtyard.
Yep.
Well, courtyard number 2. Here we are.
Yes.
So, what was it that you wanted to speak to me about?
It is a matter of some. It is more something I wanted to discuss with you before I made a decision on it. I think it
see.
would affect you.
Okay.
It concerns your sister, the Lady Elizabeth.
Oh, funny enough, that was actually what I wanted to talk to you about as well.
Oh, I see.
Do go first.
Yes. Sir Dubois.
Oh,
When we were when we were traveling as part of the escort of Lady Violet, his home was one of which we ended up staying with.
I see.
It was there I ran into Lady Era. Well, she is a woman who I
Okay, I'm back.
fancy
Welcome.
in any way.
I see.
And
Really? I just didn't really. That didn't really register with me quite. Did you say you fancied her?
yes.
Is this like a political fancy, or do you
No,
fancy?
no.
Oh,
I
that's
think-
wonderful, Edward.
Yes, well, it was Sir Dubois who actually approached me, noticing this. Perhaps it was my awkward interactions. In either case, he approached me specifically about talking to you. More, I imagine, to convince you to speak with him on the grounds of your sister to join him in matrimony.
Well, for the sake of your blossoming relationship with the lady, you can say that you had, and that Elizabeth will meet with Dubois in person, and it was your word that did so.
Truly.
Truly.
I am truly grateful.
You've been a good
Thank
friend
you.
to me, Edward. I know you and I haven't shared quite an open bond like Gortrix and I have, but I wish you all the best in the world. and especially my time away helped me to reflect on some things. And I see it only fit that I return that friendship back to you. You should have every happiness.
Thank you. I appreciate it greatly. It's truly, for the longest time, I thought it was far more than I would ever deserve nor get.
Well, you're among friends now.
Yes.
And on that note, actually, you won't want to repeat this, but Sir Dubois actually already met Elizabeth once or twice.
Oh, has he? He hadn't
Indeed.
mentioned such a thing.
You've actually met Elizabeth as well.
Have I?
Mm-hmm.
I must apologize then, because I do not remember such event taking place.
Oh,
Was this at one of the feasts?
Most feasts, yes. In fact,
Truly.
this current feast as well.
I'm afraid I did not know. Do not know her face, so I suppose that is.
You actually do. You do know her face pretty well, actually.
Do I?
Mm-hmm.
What is going on here, Sir Dalen? You seem to be insinuating something.
I am, yes. I can't quite risk saying it quite exactly right now, just because it's not quite ready for me to do so, but I will say this. If you think of my face, you are actually thinking of Elizabeth's.
Kind of looks at me. I did not know you were a twin. And then his eyes just widen.
There it is.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm sure perhaps looking back to certain things Gortrix and I have said to each other might make more sense now.
This puts a lot of things in perspective.
Yeah, forgive me for not trusting you with the information sooner, but it understandably is something of quite controversial taste right now.
No, I think I understand. I'm mostly shocked, just surprised.
Why?
He thinks about it for a moment. Goes, I don't know. I suppose it's not the strangest thing.
The only thing that's changed is context. Otherwise, I've been no different in my action. I've fought and bled beside you. I don't find it as shocking as you do.
It's true enough. I mean, I just didn't expect such a thing. I do not mean to be rude in such a thing.
No, it's fine. It took Goretrix actually longer, believe it or not.
That is somehow unsurprising.
I'd be happy to speak to you more about it. Sometime you should come and visit Durnford. I know winter's travel is difficult, but I'd love to introduce you to my mother, and of course, well, it would be nice to have you both, especially because the two of you are the only ones who know, besides my mother right now. I could explain the intricacies of why, which I imagine is the most burning question right now.
Partially, but also at the same time, I recognize. Yeah, this is. Well, your business, I suppose. I would not want to intrude. That makes sense.
As far as I see it, you and Gortrix are the truest friends that I have, so your business is my business, and vice versa.
Well, I truly appreciate that, Sir Dalen.
Of course.
Should I keep calling you Sir Dalen?
For now, yes.
Very well. Yes.
I imagine I might keep that name for far longer than even I expected, but we'll see. There's a non-zero chance I could be executed in a few months, but we'll see. We'll see where it takes us.
Yes. To speak plainly on the matter, I am not against such people being knights. I mean, I myself am a bastard. Most would think I wouldn't even be capable of a knight.
I promise you, Edward, we wouldn't have had this conversation if I didn't have the faith that you would be able to see past that.
Yes, I suppose not.
Besides, I did pick a rather opportune time considering I saved your bacon in there pretty intensely.
Yes, what happened with that actually?
I'm going to avoid saying anything specific to you on the subject for
Right,
now
of course.
until it's resolved, simply for the sake of plausible deniability.
In which case, do not worry for it. You shall
Yes.
deal with it when the time comes.
I promise you, as soon as it is convenient to, I will tell you every aspect of what happened.
He nods, but he says, "In this case, it is not necessary. I trust you."
It'll make for a fun story sometimes. Sometimes.
I'm sure it will.
Right. We should probably get going. But
Yes.
good luck with your lady friend.
Thank you, and good luck with yours.
And Dallin
Kinda
just walks
stops
away laughing, like
Thinking about it for a moment, of just like, but she was interested in. Oh, okay. It's not my business.
Yeah,
There's a
none
lot
of
of-
my.
There's a lot of context here.
Things are starting to put into place.
Goratrix is so glad he's not the only one in the group that knows anymore.
Oh
He just comes in. Edward, come here. I've been
You know
alone
how
for so
many-
long.
And I've almost revealed it 7 different times every time I
Yes,
have a
you really
conversation.
did. You should be far more careful with that.
I tried. That's the worst part.
So we're gonna do one more piece that I forgot to get out that we have to do this year.
Mm.
You would have each been, and we're gonna kind of gloss over it. So this will be just Gortrix and Edward. It's not gonna be Perrin because Perrin's not a knight. You would have both been pulled in for after the feast for a direct conversation with the Count.
Absolutely.
We'll kind of gloss over it, but there might be some points where we have to go in characters. So we'll start with Edward. The Count wants to know if Lady Lilia or Lila is the right match for him.
I think on Edward's account, he would relay everything he's learned usefully, but also be honest in saying that he is unsure exactly of the wealth of said family and what kind of dowry they would offer. But they do seem to have a decent amount of vassal knights, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
But he would also say they do seem all to be quite old knights that have been serving for a long time and probably are in a bit of... Also relating that the staff are not exactly favorable of the lady, from what he has been told.
She has a high cruel
Perrin.
rating.
Yep. She is quite cruel. I mean, but he'll also leave it in the air as like I don't know, maybe you like that kind of thing. I'm not one to judge.
Yeah. All right. And is there what it was Gortrix relay? These are separate points. Yeah.
I got conflicting reports on the nature of their finances, so to speak, and what the dowry could provide. But yes, 100% very mean. And from what I saw, didn't seem too interested in your more positive qualities when it was relayed to you, to the Lord and to the Lady.
Anything else relayed, Thomas? On that?
Those were the only things that Goratrix learned.
Perfect. Yep.
And also very cruel. Yeah, he mentioned that.
Yeah, so that's corroborated between the two of you then. Okay. Just verifying. There's a reason why he splits up when he says He'll actually say it to Gortrix, who he speaks to last. He'll say, "Fascinating. I didn't hear about her cruelty from Lady Violet, but I did manage to learn that they are a very wealthy family. Thank you. We will
Indeed.
keep her in mind, but for now, I think my eyes need to be elsewhere."
Perhaps so. I trust Lady Violet's judgment in this matter, but I also trust my sources. I have sources, he says in wonderment.
Your family would be so proud.
Yes. Thank you, my lord.
He says, "On that matter, I
Oh, yes?
recently spoke with your uncle.
Indeed.
He's proposed to me the idea that you might join hands with Lady Violet."
Yes, he recommended as much to me, but I never quite found the right time to bring it up, and it seemed kind of awkward, and then there was the Saxon attack, and I don't think I would be a good fit for her, but I cannot know her mind without asking, and I have not asked.
Fucking killed it, buddy. Good job.
Yeah, exactly.
He says, "Well, it's ultimately a decision I have right to make, but if you ask it of me, I will leave it to you. I know that matters of romance can be important."
I would, if I would like to maybe bring it up with her first. I don't want it to be messy, but I thank you very much. It would be very good for my family, for my household.
Of course. All right, and we will wrap normal game with that and move on
Indeed.
to Winter Fade. Ooh.
Charging an invading force naked,
Woo.
100%. He'll do it again, even if it's not
Yep.
necessary.
The week to build a snowman.
So real quick,
Yeah.
for that little mission that you two did and Perrin get this glory too, you get 25 glory, each of you.
Perfect.
Woo.
So not Dallin though. Dallin got other glory for other things.
Dallin got other glory. Glory from another other. Other weather?
Glory from another other. So right now, Edward is at 170, Dalen is at 380, Gortrix is at 170. No, wait, hold on.
I'd be at the same.
Edward is at 195, Gortrix is at 195, and Perrin is at
Yes.
45.
Perrin's at what?
At geniality.
45?
Perrin is at 45.
I'm at 380. Interesting.
You're a goblin.
You got a lot from being
Knight.
knighted and
I
going
did.
cuckoo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. How much we get for geniality?
I added that already.
Oh, okay. Even the new ones?
Even the new ones.
Why am I the same as yours then? I had 3
Oh,
geniality.
because I got 10 glory specifically from King of the Bean.
Right. Yes. Correct.
King of Bean.
King of Bean. King of Bean.
All right. So
Being King of the Bean was very fun for Gortrix.
Yeah, I bet it was, buddy. I bet it was.
I am the troll. I have the strength of 10 men, and I will prove it.
That would be fun. What if we just like get Gortrix and put him in a sack and then tell him that he has to wrestle 5 other people in sacks? No arms, no legs allowed. You just
Exactly.
I'm unsure exactly what that looks like, but I'm down. Let's do it.
all right. So we're gonna start with changing. Well, we're gonna start with experience rolls.
Yes, let me very quickly open up Pendragon so I can go along with this.
Experience rolls. Who wants to go first?
We should do one person at a time and get them to call
Yeah.
out what they're rolling and whether it's success or not for each of the things they do.
I
Just-
went first last time. I would be
I can go
willing to go.
first.
Oh, there you go. Go for it.
No, I'll go first. I got it ready. All right, let's go. Starting with personality traits. First of all, it's chaste. That's a failure, so it goes up.
Hell yeah.
He is more chaste.
You've seen what
Honest.
happened to Goratrix. You don't want to go that way.
Oh, honest goes up.
Oh,
Now your failures are kicking in for your value.
hell yeah.
It's going well. Rolling spiritual for some reason doesn't go up. That fits.
Yeah.
Rolling worldly doesn't go up. Oh yeah. And rolling suspicious
Hmm.
doesn't. Then rolling honor doesn't go up. And hatred Saxon
Let's do this.
doesn't go up.
Oh, that's a shame.
Would have been amazing.
18
Great.
hatred.
Now we go to skills. Compose doesn't go up, sadly.
Hmm.
Intrigue goes up.
Hey.
Recognize goes up.
We're getting somewhat competent.
Yeah. And I think that is it. Because
Just in time to surrender the character.
Yeah, just in time. That's
Um,
me done.
You can jump up suspicious Jareth.
Ooh.
Go ahead and roll a d6.
Oh, okay.
God,
Let's go.
every time that Dallin starts to come to the conclusion of like, oh, Jaredith is just an asshole, but he's like, whatever. There can be peace between us. He goes and does something like this, and Dallin's like, nope, I'm hitting the
Something that
nuclear
would,
button too.
yeah, exactly. Something that would crush Edward to be sure. Like he was a grave robber, or he killed him. Like those are the conclusions that one takes.
Oh, that
there.
would ruin his fucking
I mean,
reputation. There's no
yes, straight
recovering
up.
from that.
I love the image of like Dallin consistently being like, every time you guys like, we have to kill Jaredith, Dallin being like, whatever. And then the
Yeah.
moment that happens,
Yeah.
Dallin's like, all right, I'm gonna frame him for murder.
Yeah.
All right.
Goes up for 2.
I'm trying to think. Let me just look at one thing. There might be.
Mm.
Just looking at the common passions here.
Okay.
I think is there a more still?
What's it called?
I'm just trying to see. There should be. It might just be love, which might be more extreme than I want it to be, but it might still be the best trait.
Mm-hmm.
Passion. Look here, passion, gaining passion. They're common passions. My computer is not responding well to this. Your loyalty, eat.
Hatred, Sir Jareth.
No.
Go into battle just imagining his face on all of the soldiers.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing anything that's better than love. Let me just check.
Okay.
Honor.
Like. Passion. Like.
Excellent.
Why don't we add you're gonna have love for this person you're courting, and we're just gonna see. It's gonna be 2d6 plus 6 for the initial level.
2d6.
Lower level just means that you're being more prudent with developing feelings before you even fully know the person.
Yeah.
Higher number would suggest that it doesn't matter and they're stuck in your head.
Let's go. Oh,
Hey,
15.
that's not bad.
Yep.
So they're definitely on the later. They're
It's higher than his humorage to Uther.
yeah.
But
Yeah. Okay. So that was Edward. Who's next?
You can go, Sir Dalen. Liam?
I was muted. I was saying words. Yeah, I'm down. Let's go.
Right.
All right. So, first things first. I roll my traits, my virtues. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, go
So
for it.
selfish is the one that I've got ticked first. So let's roll that.
You are more
goes
selfish.
up.
I
Yeah.
am more selfish now. Cowabummer. That's fine. I'm still 12-18 or 12-8 in favor of generous. So, all right. Next
Oh, a
up,
bummer. I love
My whole
that.
family
Thank
died.
you.
How a bummer, dude.
deceitful. Here we go. 10-10 chance. Here we go. Yeah,
Hey.
that's a success on deceitful.
Yeah. So
That's good, but it would have been very appropriate.
It would have been, yes.
Yeah.
Just now, I'm at a 16 on this one.
I
Bob,
hope
does
you'd make it.
that doesn't change anything?
Nope.
Okay. Success on just.
It doesn't change.
Spiritual now. Oh no, wait, reckless. Let's do reckless first. Reckless.
Reckless.
I succeed on
Oh.
reckless.
No.
Now I've got worldly and spiritual, so we'll do both of these here. That's a critical
Critical?
worldly.
What does critical do? Is
Well,
that an up or is it a no?
let's see what the other one is first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spiritual. Fail
Failure.
spirit.
Yeah.
So,
So they both go up.
no, but that
Yeah.
can't happen. If one goes up, the other goes down.
Yeah.
So, I guess they just
I think
stay.
the crit would I don't know if the crit would
Maybe.
overpower the
It
other.
certainly would be strange if Dallin went and had this super experience with magical creatures and then walked away less convinced of
Yeah.
the
That
supernatural.
was
Especially
fucking
in
weird.
80s.
You know what we're gonna do? I'm just thinking how to phrase this. We're gonna raise worldly by 1,
Mm-hmm.
and then we're gonna give Dallin a directed trait of spiritual fairy folk.
Ooh, I like that.
Ooh.
Okay,
Fun.
is that a passions? No, that's a directed trait. Okay, I see.
Of course, I
Gotcha.
believe in Fae. I'll kill him.
I don't believe in a lot of things, but fairies are one of them.
And you can roll a d6 for that level. Oh, corrected that.
Let me make sure I spell it right. Spiritual Fae.
So long
All
as
right.
it starts with an F and ends with an E, you've got it.
1d6, you said?
Yep.
As a 5.
Yeah. So when it's specific to that,
So technically, Fae can end in a 1.
That's true, Fairy.
Very
and Fae.
nice. Okay, cool.
There's
Next
so many
up,
ways to spell Fae.
Yeah.
next up is going to be trusting. That is a
Oh,
fail.
that's appropriate.
Yep,
I think
goes
so
up.
too.
Mhm.
I did a big step today. I did a big
Yeah.
tell a
Big
friend.
step.
All right,
You did a big
Valorous.
steppy.
I really hope I go up on Valorous because if
Do
I'm
it,
one away
do
from
it.
being, I'm one away from being famous.
Come on.
Ah, shit.
Ah, that's rough.
All right, so that is that. On to my honor, which I get to roll for honor too.
But the wish?
I am
Oh,
not
God.
famously honorable. Not yet.
No, yeah.
Okay, cool. Next, fairy lore. Now I'm definitely going up on this one. Hell
Yeah?
yeah.
Woo!
I now know a little bit more than nothing about fairies.
That's good.
Intrigue. A success on intrigue, so that does not go up.
saw one come out of the
And
tree. I did.
lastly, battle. And I
Ooh,
succeed
a
on
shame.
battle, so no up on battle. All right, that's all my traits.
All right. And then we will go ahead and cut over to Thomas.
Thomas, that's me. Alrighty. Let's go with lustful.
Go.
Alright, thank
Oh.
God. Let's go for forgiving.
Ooh.
That is a failure, unfortunately. Let's go for just. Come on, man. Yeah, that is a
Yay.
success on just.
More just.
Oh, just.
Let's go for merciful, please. Please, I want this to go up. The opposite of
No.
what I needed.
Yeah.
Spiritual. Let's see if my experiences with the magic and the mists have changed me. They have not. I knew magic was about. This hasn't changed my opinion. And trusting. Come on, I need big himbo energy, and I get big himbo energy. I am 10 trusting and 10 suspicious. The
Balance it
voices
back
of my
out.
family in the back of my mind are being drowned out by a friend.
But friends.
Yeah. No, they are betraying you even now. Courtesy. That is a success on failure on courtesy, which means it get bigger.
Yep.
Intrigue. Come on. No.
No.
That is
No.
not an increase there.
That's so Gortrix.
You're making
It
progress.
is so
Yeah.
Gore-Trix.
Mhm.
What have we learned
Yeah.
from my experience? That I don't know, that I fucking get lucky sometimes? Yeah. Recognize. I get better at recognizing people. Memory
Ooh,
problems
wow.
are going away. And I've got nothing else. That's all of my ups. Gortrix is now 24.
Yep. Yeah. So that's the next point
Oh,
is
yes.
please raise your age for this one.
Edward is now
Do I get any
25.
specialized hatreds? No, I already hate Sir Jareth.
You don't need anything else. That's all you
Yeah, I
need.
got it.
I am age 26 now. I keep forgetting that Dallin's the oldest. The eldest.
The eldest of them.
Ooh.
All right. Let me look at the next step. Am I coming in clear, by the way, or am I
Yep.
really quiet?
Nope, you're good.
No, you're pretty good. Yeah.
Aging. None of you are old enough to have to worry about aging. So,
I have become decrepit and infirm.
Thomas, can I get you to quickly check through the madness rule and see if someone has to take the equivalent of a aging roll for it?
Yeah, let me check real quick.
Oh goodness.
Whew.
I've seen God tonight, fellas.
This would have been
Dude.
from the madness that happened.
Yeah, the one that sent me out
Yeah.
into the wilderness to have the existential crisis in the first place.
Which really worked out in an Arthurian way for you.
Oh, yeah, very
I
much.
thought
so.
it was
Yeah.
very nice. But you said that
Okay.
you said that from the first point that you mentioned that was a possibility, is that there's some really cool stories that can come from that kind of thing. So
Will have undergone unusual unknown circumstances which can result in changes to some attributes and/or skills at the game master's option. Players should accept these, which may not always be negative. Maddened.
Give me
Where's
some aging rules.
it might
Is
be?
that what you're looking for?
No,
Melancholic.
if it doesn't
snapping
mention
out.
it under the actual madness roll, it's probably
Oh.
thing.
Hmm.
That's good. I was just off.
Because I
on
know
that.
what you're
Okay.
talking about. Oh, they lose 1 point in the passion if that hasn't happened already.
What was the
The
passion?
passion that was fumbled.
What did you roll? Do you remember?
I'm probably love family. That's the one that I've got the highest in.
Okay, yeah.
I've got an 18 in that, so
Yeah. It'll be a 17.
Oh, bummer.
Yeah.
That's all right. That's all right.
That sucks.
I know what I have to do. I think I've got the strength to do it.
But I will say, so what I will do in this one, because of the way it worked out, I'm gonna say you get your honor raises by 1.
Yeah. I'm famously
shock
honorable
is
now.
where it happens. Yeah, you're famously honorable. Shock is where they make a roll on aging.
When shock happened.
Shock happens if a knight should somehow fail to perform a deed for which he was inspired.
Ooh.
Oh,
Shock
wait, hang
Oh.
on.
comes right before awe.
Fail a deed for which... Gotcha, okay, I understand that.
If you're inspired towards something, like you do hate Saxons while you're fighting off Saxons,
right.
and
Yeah, and then you fail.
You fail, yeah.
not one roll though, the whole event.
Yeah.
Yes. Perform a deed.
Yeah.
You were feeling really powerful, and then you still goofed it.
Yeah.
Okay, so economic circumstances.
Hell
It's-
yeah.
We're not
Just
gonna.
get rich.
We're still not getting into the detail too much of that, but you can note. Remember, y'all got extra librum for your house for participating in the raids, or at least those that did it.
Yeah, I didn't.
I
and I'm
did.
regretting it.
I don't know if I did.
You did. You did.
Yes, I
Sir
did.
Dalen did it a lot. Gartrix didn't do it at all.
That's right. I did it a little.
Yeah, you
It
did
wasn't
it
a lot.
a basic amount, and Dalen
Yeah.
did it a lot.
Gartrix was busy trying to stop the twins from, like, killing random people.
What else was important? Economic service. That's it. For economic service. Table rolls
Cool.
we're gonna ignore. Family roll. Not really required. Oh,
Oh, also, our squires go up in age for those of us.
Yes.
Squires.
requires
How much Libra would we have?
just add we're not gonna get into the actual math
Yeah.
until the next
Yeah.
game, but this will serve as like a +1 to the start of the next game.
Yeah.
Sure.
Cool.
Oh, but there was an economic circumstance here that I'll just draw to because it's story related.
Mhm.
I just gotta look it up. 43. You guys gonna be like, oh, what? Seriously?
We lose everything.
Special winter phase. Oh, 42. Special winter phase modifiers.
Gartrix is thinking about marrying, but he also doesn't know. The Lady Violet smells nice, and he's out of his league.
Oh, never. Nope, there's nothing there. Never mind.
Alright.
Oh.
I misread that. So nothing special there. Then on to the next piece. Let's see. No one's. Are either of you? So we have three unmarried actually. Is anyone taking that dive in the winter? There's officially prospects, I think, for all three of you now. It doesn't mean.
So,
I think you would decide here, and then could actually play out the wedding or whatever, like refer to it.
yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Goratrix.
Yeah?
Do you want to marry Elizabeth?
That would
Man,
be funny.
I'll have to think about that. That would be very useful for Elizabeth.
It would be-
and
yeah,
that'll be good for
Yeah, it would.
Gartrix.
I think it'd be useful for both of us. Like,
It
we,
would.
we
Yeah.
understand the circumstances. Our families would be united. It's a pretty good deal.
That
fits
wouldn't be bad.
Very well. Yeah,
It
no.
would fit. Okay, hold on. Let me think about that and get back to you. Because right now, that's an idea that Gartrix didn't have that now he's strongly pondering. The Lady Violet is still a thing, but
Yeah.
this is good. Honestly, his idea of a romantic date is fighting a bunch of bandits with a wife who can use a sword.
And
So
Dallin's idea of a romantic date is not romantic at all. So, like
Yeah.
it works out.
Yep.
Dallin,
Gortrix will be a beard.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
When Gortrix comes to visit, Dallin will broach the subject as like awkwardly as possible, but like purely as like hey, I will not at all be upset if you pursue other things. Just keep this in mind that this is an option that I have been considering and I am interested in pursuing it.
Wait, who inherits the land after? Because
Oh,
normally
God.
it would.
See, I would say I don't know, but I also would know because I've got a 15 in intrigue. So
Would I get executed?
It's not
Tell you what.
treason. It's just
Yeah.
not good.
Oh. What would happen? What would happen regarding the marriage modifiers? That would be great. Oh man, I'm gonna need to think about that.
Take your time, buddy. We got another year, I think.
Yep, for sure.
Edward
in fact,
would,
you have 2.
of course. Yeah. Edward would, of course, pursue Sir Arita because he's got fucking 15 love for her, apparently.
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah, you're into it.
Yep.
do not forget that Dallin promised Dubois a meeting with Elizabeth to wingman for Edward.
Exactly.
So, if that
But
helps
also,
him-
Edward's pretty sure he knows how it's going to go, so he's going to be responsible. It's just, yeah. He knows he's probably not going to get the best case scenario, but he can get something out of it.
For sure.
Indeed.
Hmm.
And that's wild.
Yeah. I'll be honest, I didn't think this was going to happen. I thought it was Dalen being like, actually, no, and Edward being like, oh, I'm good with it.
Yeah, I
I'm
understand.
willing.
He did seem pushy.
Even though in his heart he's like, this is my chance to be legitimized.
Do it.
Yeah.
Take it. Take it.
Yes, straight up.
I don't think it'll work because I'm pretty sure that was preference on that you actually end up going with him. Because I imagine it's like, sorry, dude, I did all I could.
Well, here's
Probably
how
not
I'm,
good
married.
enough.
See,
Yeah,
here's
if
the
you're
thing.
married, that'll do it.
Here's how
No,
I'm
because
looking at it.
that only if he marries into their family, which
So-
he would have to agree to.
Right.
see.
Otherwise, he's still a bastard. He's just married to a lady.
That's true. You
Yeah.
have to marry matrilineally.
Yeah, which has to be done with the approval of that house. Which I don't think he will approve.
Sounds like not winter phase stuff. So be more
No, yeah,
laid out
that
on
works.
screen.
Sounds good.
So the next fun part is childbirth.
Indeed.
Roll,
Right.
roll,
Wow,
roll.
I have
man.
to engage with this a little bit here.
Yes. Okay. Ah.
Oh shit.
Roll for bastard.
Roll for bastard. Well, that's if childbirth happens.
That's true.
So what's
What's the roll?
You're just rolling.
Yeah,
You're just rolling a straight D20, and on an 8+, the baby is carried to term.
Oh, all right.
Good luck,
Yep.
SpongeBob me boy.
Okay, so
Roll on table +1 for the first child.
wait,
No,
hold
that's
on.
something-
If
hold
on an 8+ it's carried to term, why is 1 a blessed birth and 3 to 8 a healthy child?
I think that might be a different table. I'm trying to figure
I
that
think
out
that's
too.
a different roll. I'm pretty sure that's the one you make afterwards.
Oh, yes, you're right.
Yeah.
So I roll a d20, and
Yeah.
if it's an 8+, the child is a thing.
Yeah.
So-
child's roll.
Let's do this. 8, exactly. Ah,
Woo!
God damn it! I will have an
Ed-
army of bastards, of giant bastards.
This is probably gonna affect Edward's and Gortrik's relationship and juicy.
Yeah, because he's making a bastard, and that's something that Edward is
Yeah.
strongly opposed to. I don't know what's gonna happen.
That's gonna be
So
good.
now I roll a d20. Now I roll a d20 to see what happens.
No, I'm actually looking at this, and
Yep.
I think.
Hmm?
Oh, drum roll.
Like, Yeah, because no, that doesn't make sense. The blessed birth is a 1. Got to be its own. I don't think you need to roll for that. Twins born, questionable parentage. I mean,
questionable
Of
parentage.
course, it's questionable.
it sounds super random. Like that would be almost like, let's just roll. See what happens.
I'm looking for a blessed birth.
I think it'd be funny if the child was born and they're just like, actually, maybe it's not Goratrix's. Oh no.
Actually, yeah, that'd be questionable parentage. All right, come on.
What color hair does Goratrix have?
Oh shit. 2, which is a sickly child.
Oh no.
Oh,
God,
no.
I was one off the best.
You've given birth to a pathetic little meow meow. Oh.
Pathetic little meow meow.
That's an interesting trait.
I imagine like because Goratrix is like a giant, the sickly child just never grows past a certain height. It's short.
Oh wait, hold on. Oh wait, that's tragedy. Okay, so
Oh, okay.
so tragedy is a different thing. This is man, it's unfortunate because I
There's
wanted
so
to be
many
blessed.
tables for babies. Oh my god.
So many tables for
roll a
babies.
roll a d6 and we'll see if it's a male or female birth.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Goratrix's blood is strong. It is 1, which is an odd, which is female. He's got a daughter.
Aww.
There you go.
It's sickly, but it will survive. Goratrix's blood is powerful.
So if you recall, that was one of the twins.
Yes.
There's
And I can't remember which one.
there's a scandal going
A
around.
scandal.
Yes, these are
These are
ladies.
rumors we hear.
Yeah, these are ladies. So this is it does paint the whole wedding party with a little bit of stain because that's what it's linked to, is the betrothing party. And there's rumors like presumably some handmaiden saw one of the twins enter Edward's room, and then
For fuck's sake!
and they saw. There's rumors that saw covered up when at the end of the raid, right? The raid was quelled near Goratrix, so it's not.
Oh, great. We're both implicated now. You
We're both
happy?
implicated.
There's
No, I'm not. I don't see what I did wrong. And in my defense,
yeah.
I couldn't think of anything.
Yeah. There were legends that have passed throughout the land of the nude knight that that fought at the battle.
Mhm.
Probably that one. Whoever he
Probably
was.
that
Which one was this? Yeah, probably that one.
Nobody could tell he wasn't wearing his sigil.
Who was he? Who was this mysterious nude knight?
Who was that masked man? Yes, that is deeply unfortunate.
Yep.
All right. Just looking at household member priest, their skill, their key skills and passions of 15 or less, but nah.
I think there's gonna be someone in the room as being like, of course a bastard would sire another bastard. That's how it works.
I'm so sorry, Edward. Oh, Jesus. The best part is, Goratrix doesn't even really know what he did wrong. He's just very upset.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the very basically towards the end here is training and practice. So you get to do one of the following things. You get to add 1d6 plus 1 point to any skills up to 15. So remember, that's where you can roll that dice and you can put them in any skills under 50. like you can put 2 points here and 1 point here.
Mm-hmm.
You get to add 1 point to any skill up to 20. So these are or. So you can do the first one or the second one, or you can increase an attribute, trait, or passion by 1.
I already know what I'm doing. Sword 20, bitches.
Yeah. You are god tier. Okay, so what is it again? I have to. Sorry.
Yeah, you can do like a pool of skill points, but you can only put them in skills under 15.
Under 15, right?
You can add
or
one.
I can do one that's above 15.
One that's above 15, or you can increase an attribute, trait, or passion by 1.
Kind of want to put my love family back up to 18, but I'm not sure. It's 15 or lower?
I think I said under 15.
Under 15. Okay.
Let's check.
Oh, fuck. Sorry, bumped my microphone.
All good.
Yeah.
And then what's the pool? Is it 3?
The pool is 1d6 plus 1, so minimum 2, as many as 7.
I don't know. I think I should probably. You guys kind of have sword covered. I don't need to be I'm not gonna match you guys on sword. I could be a better tactician, or I could up my intrigue, which has been admittedly coming in handy.
Yeah, it's been coming in real clutch.
But all of those are things that are at 15 or higher. So potentially what I do is I raise flirting. That's, courtesy could probably go up.
I'm waggling my eyebrows, but I don't think it shows on the. Yeah.
Swimming.
Or frozen?
A little, yeah.
I wish it would stop doing.
Doesn't look frozen to me.
It's all good. We fixed it.
Yeah.
I guess I will put an extra point. I guess I am gonna go at a 15 or higher situation. I wonder, should I do intrigue or battle? I haven't really been making a lot of battle rolls, but I haven't been like a commander or anything.
It's been handy when you've done it. Like when you got a crit that one time, we crushed the opposition.
That's true. That's true. I think I'm gonna do intrigue. That's just nobody else is really super effective at that, and it
That's
has
fair.
been coming in handy pretty intensely. So
Yeah. Intrigue is
Alrighty.
very good at courtly stuff.
I am famously intriguing now.
Indeed.
Interesting. Actually, someone log anything that moves into famous for you guys?
Want me to put it in glory tracker or knights?
Glory tracker is good actually, because I'm gonna have to change those overlays for next time so they reflect any of the big numbers that were already.
Thank you for the bold text. It makes me feel happy.
Right.
You deserve it.
Okay, I think that's. Oh, and now we update glory.
Glory.
Oh, wait, Thomas, did you declare?
Did I do what?
What did you put your XP in? Like, what did you?
Oh, I
Yes.
didn't yet.
Okay.
Here's the thing. I'm at 77. Like the total of my chivalry traits. I'm very close to getting a chivalry bonus. What is a chivalry bonus?
So, chivalry kind of doesn't exist yet. I wouldn't worry about it right now. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Chivalry exists when
case,
Arthur.
Yeah. In that case, never mind. I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna. Oh, I could. I could increase my romance, but I'm not going to. I'm going to increase my sword by 1.
You guys, one track mind.
Woo!
We need to
You
kill
guys were
things,
getting-
and we need to kill things good. This is for fucking up Jareth.
Well, you guys were getting bitches. We
I
were
tell
studying
you
the
guys,
sword.
men literally only want one thing, and it's fucking disgusting.
Sword fights. That's what it is.
All right. So when we tally total glory, we need to find out what you all are landing at.
Yeah. I add 80, which I had previously, to... Oh, one thing we didn't do, which is witness the Cadway and Uther meeting for Gordrix and Edward getting glory, and also for the Battle of Summerland.
So there wasn't really truly a Battle of Summerland, so it was just the raiding that took place.
Fair enough.
But the Cadwy stuff was it was plus 20 for witnessing that.
Gotcha. Then, yeah. Okay, there we go. 2-1. 2-1. So I add 215 to this, which is 295. And then 295 to that.
I believe I am at 3126.
Oh, really? I'm still at,
3284.
I am at 2820, so I'm still below.
Okay.
I'm more than 200 away from you. About that much? Something like that.
Okay. So it makes sense with some of Edward's below
He's a
the
bastard.
below the sea.
Although the salt
below the
times, yeah.
salts.
Yeah.
So those that passed another 1,000 threshold immediately add 1 point to any attribute, trait, passion, or skill.
Okay. Does it still rely on cultural max?
Yes. Still.
Okay. My size will remain at 18. My sword, however,
You got a size 18? Jesus Christ, man.
I'm the biggest it can be. That's why I describe them that way.
Oh man, I got a 13. Fuck.
I got a 14. Still way bigger than me.
Huh,
We got the same
so-
strength, though. 15.
Yeah. But yes, Gordrix is now sword 19. So I'm catching
Just
up,
wait.
but you're still.
Just wait till I get 200 glory and I'll be sword 21.
Yeah, that'll be nuts.
So let me ask you guys this. So I've crossed over into famously honorable today, this winter.
Mm-hmm.
I've also crossed into famously intriguing. I am 1 away from famously valorous.
Do it.
Yeah?
It'll be very
Go for
it'll
it,
be
yeah.
good for your chivalry, and also you won't be cowardly again.
It's useful, like, overall.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah. Let's do that. So I'm lower cowardly, and I'm now famously valorous as well. Dallin's gonna be so well respected. I swear to God.
All right.
So Dallin is now famously valorous.
And famously honorable.
Mm-hmm.
So we
There we go.
begin. We close there and we begin year 483 the next time we meet.
Roger Dodger.
Hey.
Just
Yep.
want to say to everyone here, we'll call this the wrap up. My name's Bob. I run this place. Thanks for joining. It's fun to have you. Looking forward to seeing you soon. Talking quiet because it's like 1:30 in the morning here. So thank you for joining, and I'm going to pass it down to Thomas.
Roger that. Hello, I'm Thomas. I'm talking at a normal speed. I'm talking at a normal tone because it's only 6:30 p.m. But yes, I've played Gordrix, and it's been absolutely wonderful, making terrible, terrible decisions. Over to you.
On to Mark.
Hello. I didn't see you there. I was just checking out our handy dandy Discord. Yes, I'm gonna do this every week.
I love it.
Come see our memes and other shit.
We do have
Yeah.
very good memes.
We do. I have been Mark, playing Sir Edward, who's finally had some good things happen to him in his life.
Hell yeah.
So, yeah. Let's see what ends up happening in the next years.
And down to Liam.
Hi, everybody. I've been Liam. I played Sir Dallin of Durnford and Critical Squire Perrin of Durnford. I had a wonderful time. I've been really enjoying exploring the space of Dallin and kind of how they've grown throughout this experience. I have a Twitter. Follow me at Darth Coakley. I say funny things sometimes. Of course, join the Discord. And I'm going to plug it even because I don't think Bob has this episode, but Bob guest starred in a Battletech game that I don't remember the name of.
Both of End of Steel.
Yeah, which that should be available publicly in the next week or so, right? Is that right?
I believe that's the case, yep.
Yeah, so go watch that because I imagine it's going to be very cool. And yeah, have a wonderful evening, everybody. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks, everyone.
Yeah.
Bye.
Farewell.
Bye bye.